Shit fucking crazy, bro. Damn, I had to start this bitch ass shit over. That shit was so fucking unfortunate. So unfortunate we had to start it over. Alright, we got it right. Damn.
Salter. Tupac versus Biggie, the greatest hip-hop beef of all time. Two friends that became mortal enemies on their way to the top. In a deadly coastal war between the East Coast and the West Coast. Bad Boy Entertainment versus Death Row Records. A feud that took place in the mid-90s and changed the rap game forever, with the deaths of both of these icons in 96 and 97. These young men had a bright future ahead of them.
I'm waiting for everybody to get in here. And we had to start it over, bro. I hit the fucking wrong code. Fuck, bro. Damn, man. Shit is fucked up, bro. Alright, start it over, bro. Ooh. Oof. Wait till everybody get back in here. Crazy ass shit, bro. Start my whole fucking stream over. Shit. I really don't want to make this shit big as fuck, though, to be honest. Low key. Might put that bitch on. I don't know. Professionalism. Might just put it right here. Low key, I might put it right here. Sorry, Joe, we had to start over. I messed up. Turn my fucking power off. I had to start my fucking stream on, bro. Might make two on. God damn. Now I gotta start over again. I can sit right back up. Chat box. Make a new one. I made this one custom. Oh, hold on, man. You wanna do all that now, Tony? Oh shit, where the custom at? Oh, damn. I gotta do that shit over. Alright, now we got it. Now I'm back. We gotta start all the way over. Fuck. There go the other one. Oh, come on now. Why you didn't say this shit? Oh, it don't save. You motherfucker. Oh, yeah, no, we don't want that one there. Ooh, chat box. We don't want the custom. No custom. Alright, no custom. Yeah. What the fuck is right here? Alright, we gotta start over. God damn.
Between you and Biggie was like who rules the end kingdom, that's basically, you know what I'm saying? I was like, this is like a election.
Who shot y'all? Separate the weak from the opsa. Leak hard to creep them Brooklyn streets. It's on.
While I'm in jail, strangers is telling me, yo, you don't know? Biggie homeboy shot you. Cause they bragging, they telling they niggas in jail, yo, we just got popped, woo, woo, woo. That's why what I'm doing, I know what I'm doing, I'm destroying her. I his wife, I'm in the game, I'm destroying her. You claim to be a player, but I bust your wife. We bust some bad boys, brothers touch for life. When they say something to us, we want to make sure we mash that ass like we did Biggie. You see that quiet as a church mouse? I was more in the mind frame, keep your mouth shut, big. You know what I'm saying? Just don't feed into it. If you feed into it, it's gonna do nothing but escalate. I knew it wasn't true.
But I ain't gonna lie to Biggie.
This nigga's scared.
This nigga was scared, goddamn.
This nigga's scared.
That boy was scared, goddamn.
I know what he was blaming me for wasn't true. His wife pregnant and getting weight like an expected father, not knowing who the baby is. Everybody that love Biggie, they all like, I can't wait for Biggie to come back. That's why they root for them. They rooting for they people. And when I was gone, that's why all my niggas was like, we can't wait for them to come. And that's why they rushed the poll. They wanted a new regime. And my regime includes the East Coast. It includes the West Coast.
I'm flaming jets, aiming at maniacs, put my name in rap.
I was more shocked than anything, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't more shocked of
this nigga's scared.
But God did, but your ass was scared to him.
Him dying. I was more shocked to him. Pac is a strong dude, Joe. I know Duke, you know what I'm saying? Right. He's real strong. So when they was like he got shot, I was just more like, again? You know what I'm saying? He always getting shot or shot at. He gonna pull through this one again, make a few records about it, and it's gonna be over, you know what I'm saying? But when he died, I was just like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? It kind of took me by, you know, even though we was going through our drama, I would never wish death on nobody, you know what I'm saying? Because ain't no coming back from that.
Tupac versus Biggie, the greatest hip-hop beef of all time.
Fact.
Two friends that became mortal enemies on their way to the top. In a deadly coastal war between...
God, please don't get me for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, you know what I'm saying? For the stream.
The East Coast and the West Coast. Bad Boy Entertainment versus Death Row Records. A feud that took place in the mid-90s and changed the rap game forever, with the deaths of both of these icons in 96 and 97. These young men had a bright future ahead of them, but their lives were cut short and we unfortunately never got to witness the full extent of their greatness. Cause they were both in their mid-20s when they passed, and they're still regarded as two of the greatest rappers to ever do it. Before these two met, Tupac was already a star, and Biggie was looking up to him. He himself was on the rise, trying to blow up in the rap game in order to get on Pac's level. Cause after Pac left the group Digital Underground in the early 90s to go solo, his career as an actor and rapper took off. He dropped the album Tupacalypse Now in 1991 and was working on a sophomore album strictly for my NIGGAZ, which would come out on February 16th, 1993. He had also just starred in the movie Juice, which came out in January 92. And between April and July that same year, he had already filmed the next cult classic called Poetic Justice with Janet Jackson. Everyone knew that Pac had a bright future ahead of him, and that he was on his path to superstardom. He was planning to appear.
I would love to see a Juice too. But damn, Tupac also. Well, if they got the same dude who played Tupac in All Eyes on Me, you know what I'm saying? Get him, you know what I'm saying, play Juice. I don't know why they didn't do that shit. Like, y'all had him play All Eyes on Me. Why y'all ain't play him in Juice? Y'all should have made Juice. Y'all should have capitalized on All Eyes on Me. Boom, made Juice too. Boom. You know what I'm saying?
In more movies and go platinum with his next album.
I need to be reduced.
We going platinum, nigga. We going platinum.
Biggie, on the other hand, wasn't known outside of Brooklyn back in 92. He wanted to quit selling drugs and do music instead, cause he began rapping in his early teens and had been battling people in Brooklyn ever since he dropped out of high school at the age of 17. His friends knew that he was destined for greatness. He couldn't continue living the life of a drug dealer and hustler. People in his circle were getting locked up left and right. But back then it was hard to make it as a rapper. You couldn't just go viral like these days on the internet and become a star overnight. You needed the right connections and tons of luck to get discovered. Being talented wasn't enough. After dropping out of school, he became more involved in crime. In 1989, he was arrested on weapons charges in Brooklyn and sentenced to 5 years probation. In 1990, he was arrested on a violation of his probation. And a year later, he was arrested in North Carolina for dealing crack cocaine, for which he had to spend 9 months in jail before making bail. After his release, he finally made a demo tape.
Can't say street. He went about their life, okay? He got his stripes. Boom.
Microphone Murderer, while calling himself Biggie Smalls. It was produced by DJ 50 Grand. The local DJ Mr. C of Big Daddy Kane and Juice Crew Association discovered and promoted it, and thus it was heard by the Source magazine's editor in 1992. In March that year, he was featured in the Source in the unsigned type section, which was dedicated to airing promising rappers. The demo then made its way to Sean Puffy Combs, who at the time was an A&R executive of
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass.
But ain't no way you gonna get no girl with that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Uptown Records. After hearing the tape, Puffy wanted to arrange a meeting with Biggie,
we gotta see
hoping that it's someone with sex appeal like LL Cool J, who was a ladies' man and player. But Biggie was far from a player at that time. He got signed to Uptown Records regardless on July 14th, 1992. Puffy then put him on one of the songs on Heavy D's album, Blue Funk.
What's on the song? Heavy D and the Boys. Men talk this cheap. Girl, it's a new day. Who's in the house? Love sexy.
Biggie also appeared on Supercat's Dolly My Baby, and afterwards started recording his own records like Party and Bullish, for example.
We gotta get a hell yeah for that.
Give me a hell yeah.
Ended up becoming his debut single. His flow and delivery, on top of his impeccable pen game, really made him stand out from the rest of the MCs. Those who witnessed him perform before the fame knew that he had a bright future ahead of him. But Uptown Records wasn't able to give him the promotion, attention and resources he needed to blow up as a rapper. Puffy was just an A&R executive and the label had way too many artists to focus on Biggie. So Big and Puff needed a new strategy, a new plan, which ended up being a new record label, which Puffy would launch a year later with Biggie being the main priority.
Who's in the house?
The main artist of the company.
I know you fucking lying.
Until then, Biggie would try.
For real? I know you fucking lying. Now I gotta do my research. That's why I love y'all, man. Y'all make me do research shit I don't even know. Ain't that who's in that? Wasn't that LL Cool J? I remember he had a show. Oh shit, I spelled it wrong. Oh shit. What the show LL Cool J did? That wasn't who was in the house? Was on the house floor. I thought it was who was in the house. You motherfuckers stop pulling up houses for real. Never mind. You motherfuckers stop doing the opposite. It was Heavy D? Okay, bet. I'm like, they stopped
to get his name out there by performing on events and shows, meeting rappers, DJs, producers.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no.
And respected people in the industry.
Get your ass on, boy. You get your goddamn ugly ass on.
It wasn't Diddy, boy. That nigga, he been like that to me. Goddamn, boy. Shit. Got that boy young. Goddamn.
One of the biggest names in hip-hop back then was Tupac. Biggie first met him in late '92, before Pac made the songs I Get Around and Keep Your Head Up, which would go gold a year later in '93. along with his upcoming sophomore album. Puffy had rented Biggie and his homies Dan Smalls and Groovy Lou convertible cars for their trip to LA. Big desperately wanted to meet Pac. He was a huge fan of him and knew that he was living somewhere in California. His homie Dan Smalls knew a drug dealer in LA who was also cool with Pac, who was willing to give him Pac's number. Big then went ahead and gave him a call to see if they can somehow meet up. Pac came to Biggie's hotel and
hey, well, that's why I be going back through the same thing, cause it little detail you don't. Cause when I first started doing this shit, I was like, bro, I ain't see that shit. But when I go back, I like, bro, that's some sus ass shit, bro. You been hiding it, nigga. I'm talking about hands up and everything. I'm like, but ain't no way, but
they hung out together in the parking lot, sitting in Biggie's rented convertible, bumping music. Big played him a song he was working on at the time, Party and Bullish, which was produced by Easy Mo B, who will play a huge role later on. Pac was one of the first people to hear it, cause the song hadn't come out yet. Pac really loved it and couldn't stop bumping it. And Big was flattered, couldn't believe that Pac liked one of his songs, one of the first ones he ever recorded. When Greg Nice from the group Nice and Smooth came downstairs, Pac asked Big, "Yo, what else you gotta do today?" Big then gave Dan Smalls a look like he wanted him to confirm that they have nothing planned, that they're free to do whatever Pac wants to do. Dan knew that it would be a smart move to just cancel their entire schedule, to not miss out on the opportunity to spend time with Pac.
They try to say this about Tupac though. They say ain't nothing sweet about Tupac. They try to, I remember I was arguing with somebody in live. They said Tupac kind of sweet because of this shit, that Rick James shit. I'm gonna show y'all. If I don't want to be biased. They were talking about this right here.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on.
No, dude. They don't did the road, Tupac. What, the Rick James crazy. What got better pictures? No, we got that's best we gonna get because these is really old. I've been playing the end of time though like a motherfucker though.
And Pac was like, "Let's go to my house." So Pac, Big, Greg Nice, Dan Smalls and big stylist Groovy Lou all went to Pac's house to hang out together, the same day they met. Once they had arrived, Pac shared with them a big freezer bag of weed. He got them all high and then they started a cypher, freestyling back and forth. According to Biggie's former stylist Groovy Lou, they freestyled together for at least an hour. And it was the most incredible freestyle he'd ever seen. You know, Tupac would freestyle for 5 minutes, then Big would come right back for 5 minutes. And Pac would be, you know, hyping Biggie up the entire time. And they would just be having the time of their lives. And there was so much of a respect factor between the two. After the freestyle session, Pac went into his room and pulled out his
Biggie Smalls.
Stretch and Biggie became great friends after starting off on the wrong foot. Pac ironed things out and allowed Biggie to join the family. They rapped and freestyled together every time they hung out. And Pac was really impressed by Biggie's rapping skills. He wanted him to be successful, as a rapper under his wing, as one of his soldiers. He knew that Biggie had potential. The two even started traveling together. Pac paid for Biggie's trips all around the US. When Big came to LA, he slept on Pac's couch. And every time Pac came to New York, they would meet up and throw dice with the guys from Biggie's neighborhood. Pac bought him his first Rolex watch and even became his wingman when they tried to meet women at clubs and shows. Cause Pac was very popular with girls.
I ain't gonna lie.
Especially
they would have put an album out. Tupac and Biggie album. They would have put an album out. Yes, sir. All time. All time, yeah. That is a missed opportunity though. Some people tell me they would post like they were gonna make up, both of them was gonna make up and they were gonna drop a secret album together. Oh, I mean, they were supposed to drop a secret album after the East Coast and West Coast shit was over with.
After appearing in the movies Juice and Poetic Justice, and after dropping the hit single I Get Around, in which he boasts about his sexual conquests.
Check it out. I get around. What you mean you don't know? I get around. My name ain't Tupac, I don't get around. You hitting us, how that sound? Huh.
Biggie wasn't a ladies' man back then. The player image came after his success. And Pac was happy for him every time Biggie made progress career-wise. Like for example when they played the music video to the Bad Boy remix of Supercat's Dolly My Baby on TV in early '93. The version with Biggie and Puffy on it. Pac, Stretch and Majesty saw it the first time it aired on TV.
We gotta get our 90 women some flowers, bro. Let's get our 90. With my hand clap. Stop the. Man, I forgot what it was.
Give me a. Oh my God.
I forgot what it was. We gotta get them 90 ladies, man. Them 90 ladies with the shortcut. Oh my God.
And got excited. Started yelling and screaming with joy when they saw Biggie's face on the TV, because it marked his official recording debut and it was also the first music video he was in.
I love it when you call me Big Papa. The show stop, but the rhyme drop, but.
They had gotten real close by this time. Pac was already working on his third album, which was supposed to be called Thug Style, while Big was still struggling to get his foot in the music business. He was really fed up with Puffy at the time, cause he wasn't really making much progress career-wise. His girlfriend Jan Jackson was also pregnant with his daughter Tiana at the time, and Biggie needed the money desperately. He was tired of waiting for Puff to finally launch his new label. Told Pac that it's probably the best for him to go back to selling drugs, cause this rap thing wasn't working out.
What the fuck he got on? I just noticed that shit. What the fuck is this?
Pac might have been the reason why Big changed his mind and didn't quit rapping, cause he motivated him to hang in there, telling him that he's talented enough to become a star. And he also promised him that he'll take him on tours and shows, so that he can not only make a little bit of money until his deal with Puffy works out, but he could also use this opportunity to promote himself nationwide. Cause Pac was performing in multiple states, while Big was only known in New York. So he was able to make
fat check. Pac was already performing in different states. Let's get fat. So I want everybody to know. So I be arguing motherfucker. Who's the greatest of all time? You gotta say Tupac. He was already in different states performing before Biggie. You know what I'm saying? I just want to put that out.
A name for himself outside of New York and make a little bit of money on the side, while Pac was covering all the costs for him, including hotel and transportation fees.
That nigga got a long ass line in his head, boy. What the fuck? That shit come down his forehead. I know you fucking lying. Damn, but I understand a little cut. That nigga got that shit all the way down to me. Like, that shit came on his face. Somebody just slid down there like goddamn Six Flags.
Not only for him, but also for his homies. And Pac would share the money he earned from those shows. He was the only one that was truly looking out for him. Puffy's support wasn't good enough to keep Biggie off the streets, at least prior to them launching their label, which was gonna be called Bad Boy Records.
Yes, it's Bad Boy, on to the core. Yeah, they can't take it no more.
The day Tupac came, it was crazy out here, man. I mean, it lit my hood up. That was our first time, like, really seeing somebody that we actually liked and respected. Actually come to a real neighborhood. Chopped it up, kicked it with us, smoked the blunt with us, and took all of us to the show with him. He had a show at the Ritz that night. He came up here to pick up Big, and he came out here and showed love to everybody, man. And he showed his love to B.I.
Pac wanted to help him until he started selling units. They performed together on numerous shows and concerts. He let Biggie rap some of the songs he was working on, when nobody even knew who Biggie was. They used to book Pac for all these shows all around the US and wanted him to perform a couple of his hits. Pac would step back and let Biggie rap, to put him on and to help him grow a following. He also did the same thing for Stretch. Stretch, Biggie and Pac became a trio. He let Biggie open.
He would tell him all type of shit. He told on Lil' Kim. You know what I'm saying? All type of shit. I think he was, my opinion, I think he was a lookout dude, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I think Biggie knew what was up. You know what I'm saying? I think he would look out, man. Soon he seen Pac, you know what I'm saying, he went back in the building and told him folk Pac was out down there, you know what I'm saying?
Open up his shows. Now imagine, Pac had more fans in New York, in Brooklyn, in Biggie's own neighborhood than Biggie himself. Cause he was a movie star with multiple hits. And a guy like that was willing to give a spotlight to Biggie. He had a large following and always wanted to put on his people. At the time he would perform with his group Thug Life. Pac was the complete opposite of selfish. He wanted his people to be successful as well. He would bring absolute nobodies on stage to come perform with him. He would give his homies pocket money and pay their bills. Like from his best friend at the time, Big Stretch, for example.
He should have shut the fuck up. He should have waited till that shit died down. You know what I'm saying? Wait, listen to goddamn Diddy ass. Got him his ass, you know what I'm saying?
He would babysit Stretch's daughter and treat everybody like family. And he gave Biggie the same treatment. When the two got close, Pac treated him like
a few minutes ago. Who did die a few minutes ago? Somebody.
A little brother. Instead of promoting his own music while he was on stage.
Hold on. Who did die a few? I know you fucking lying. I know you ain't talking about my baby. Hold on. Damn, what a Joey. Damn, y'all gonna make me wind the back. Talking about the girl that was on Joey the Pussy? Oh shit, I don't fuck up, chat. I don't even know who just fuck that. Said, did he make him go?
When nobody even knew who Biggie was. They used to book Pac for all these shows all around the US and wanted him to perform a couple of his hits.
His auntie?
Pac would step back and let Biggie rap to put him on and to help him grow a following. He also did the same thing for Stretch. Stretch, Biggie and Pac became a trio. He let Biggie open up his shows. Now imagine, Pac had more fans in New York, in Brooklyn, in Biggie's own neighborhood than Biggie himself. Cause he was a movie star with multiple hits. And a guy like that was willing to give a spotlight to Biggie. He had a large following and always wanted to put on his people. At the time he would perform with his group Thug Life. Pac was the complete opposite of selfish. He wanted his people to be successful as well. He would bring absolute nobodies on stage to come perform with him. He would give his homies pocket money and pay their bills. Like from his best friend at the time, Big Stretch, for example. He would babysit Stretch's daughter and treat everybody like family. And he gave Biggie the same treatment. When the two got close, Pac treated him like a little brother. Instead of promoting his own music while he was on stage, he would share his stage time with other artists like Biggie, for example. And he himself wasn't a platinum artist yet. It wasn't like he was rich and super popular and could afford to miss out on promo. He himself at the time considered himself underground. But even then, he tried to kickstart Biggie's career, like you would expect an older brother to do for a sibling. A good example for this was the event in Maryland at the Bowie State University. Pac let Big Stretch and Majesty from the Live Squad open up the show. Afterwards, it was Biggie's turn, and he performed Party and Bullish. Biggie even yelled Thug Life. Pac then jumped Biggie on stage during the part in the song Party and Bullish where the fight breaks out. They pretended to fight on stage, and then Biggie continued rapping.
Okay, I just seen Pac walk up to Biggie. I just seen that.
Pac performed some of his unreleased music that night, songs that were supposed to appear on the album Thug Style, which unfortunately never came out. After the performance, there was a fight outside the venue involving Tupac and his clique. They were inside their van and ready to drive back to their hotel. But they were getting blocked and ambushed by a group of people throwing bottles at their van. Pac and his people got out and chased them, beat up two of them. And then when the attackers came back, Pac went back to the van to get his pistol. He started shooting in the air, yelling, "Thug Life, mother effer," saving Biggie and his crew since they were outnumbered and surrounded. The attackers then ran away and Pac drove off before the cops came. On April 4th, 1993, Biggie and Pac performed together at the Glam Slam nightclub in downtown LA. Notice how Puffy was already wearing Bad Boy merchandise.
Why is he on the fucking stage, bro? God damn. I thought he got hair, nothing. They ain't got hair. Why the fuck is he on the fucking stage, Biggie? I don't understand, Biggie. Why you let him on the stage, bro? I ain't never understand that shit. Like, why is he on the stage? He don't fucking rap. He can't rap.
Months before launching the label, Puffy had been planning this since 1992. Biggie and Pac also did an interview with Black Watch TV together that same day at the Royalton Hotel, where they also did that iconic freestyle.
I'm scared to do some freestyle.
Ooh, I gotta skip that. I got.
After that, Pac, Biggie, and Puffy shared a stage with Snoop Dogg, Warren G, Daz, Corrupt, Nate Dogg, and the DOC, who were all Death Row affiliates at the time. In '93, there were plans of Tupac signing to Death Row. More on this in my documentary for the Dre and Pac beef.
Y'all make sure y'all go check it out. Dr. Dre versus Tupac. I already uncovered on this. And the reason I don't like Dr. Dre, and there's another one, Ice Cube. I don't like Ice Cube either. Y'all know the reason. But
Death Row was reaching out to him, and they wanted to sign the group Thug Life to the label, which unfortunately never happened. But Biggie got to meet all the giants in the industry before even having an album out, partly thanks to Pac for taking him on shows. In mid-August, Uptown Records fired Puffy, and then a week later he launched his own record label, Bad Boy Entertainment. Then on August 19th, 1993, Biggie got signed to Puffy's new label.
I said, if he had the bread, you know what I'm saying, when that was, but he said he wasn't even paying Biggie though. Tupac got down, he was doing shows with Tupac. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
They started working on his debut album, Ready to Die. Before the release in '94, Biggie was concerned with how well the album would perform. Puffy's new record label hadn't proven itself yet, so Biggie asked Pac to replace Puffy as his manager. He wasn't trusting him. Puffy wanted to be on all his records in the ad-libs, and wanted to tell him which beats he should rap on, and what type of songs he should make. Biggie initially had a hard time making music.
That's my thing, Big. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna tell you what to rap on, and he don't even rap himself? Make that make sense. Like, you ain't finna tell me what to rap on, and you don't even make the music. You don't even rap. So how you know what's right? I don't know, bro.
Music for the masses. He just wanted to be himself and make records for his people. But that wouldn't have sold any units, so he and Puffy were arguing a bit. And Biggie asked Pac to be his manager instead. But Pac convinced him that Puff knew what he was doing, saying, he will make you a star. Puff Daddy wanted Biggie to be the next Heavy D, an overweight rapper making funky dance and club songs, but more street and more lyrical. Heavy D was a platinum rapper with multiple club hits. Puffy tried to mold Biggie and turn him into a sex symbol, even with him being overweight. He wanted to
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
That's it,
him to make dance and pop music, which Biggie didn't want at all. He hated songs like Juicy and Big Papa, wanted to make hardcore lyrical street rap instead. But both Puffy and Pac convinced him to give it a try.
What's the Mississippi rapper name? I forgot his damn name. Fuck, what his name is? But he got that from Mississippi rapper. He got big smiles in his fucking name. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of shit he jacked though. I ain't gonna lie.
And to add songs that will sell the album. In '93, Biggie was closer to Pac than to Puff, but that changed over time. Biggie started to trust Puffy more and more, and Puff was always in his ear. Big also listened to Pac's advice and changed his style a bit, or at least tried to add more variety. Went from the hard and aggressive party and bullish to smooth and less forceful songs like Big Papa, One More Chance, and Juicy. Pac taught him things he learned about the industry, how to market yourself and have a successful career, what to do to sell records, to not just fill your albums with hardcore and super lyrical joints, songs that only hardcore hip-hop fans will appreciate, but to also add club bangers, songs for the—
Let me know who better, Tupac, Big. Let me know right now. Y'all let me know. I want to know who winning. I want to know who winning right now.
Ladies, and tracks that get played on the radio to reach a wider audience. Told him that in order to be successful and popular, you need to make records for the ladies and not just for the men. Since according to Pac, women buy more records and men just want what the women want. Meaning, if the ladies love you and your music, then the men, especially the boyfriends, will try to be like you, in order to be more like their girlfriend's celebrity crush. And they will of course buy your albums too. They'll consume your music as a couple. That was Pac's strategy back then. Biggie respected him and really appreciated all the help and support he offered. Pac was something like a mentor to him.
I might go back and listen
He got tons of advice,
which to that what name B1 he got an album out. I want to listen to his album. I might listen to his album, y'all. Tupac, we got 2 for Tupac. Hold on, we got 3 for Tupac. Hold on, 1, 2, we got 3 to 2. We got 3 to 2, y'all. Shout out to Ears for joining the channel. Appreciate you.
Helped to shape him as an artist. Tupac was generous with his rap experience. And whenever Biggie and other up-and-coming rappers gathered at recording studios, he gave them advice on how to make a name for themselves. Biggie and other young rappers assembled in recording studios or hotel rooms to hear Tupac lecture about how to become successful. Pac could get up and get to teaching. Idi Amin from Tupac's group Outlaws said, "Everyone was transfixed on this dynamic individual and soaking up all the information we could soak up." Pac devoted special attention to Biggie, grooming him and treating him like family. Biggie even told him that he'd like to be a part of Thug Life. One of the biggest highlights in Biggie's career prior to his success was his performance at the Budweiser Superfest at Madison Square Garden on October 24th, 1993. He broke bread with some of the giants in the industry and showed off his skills on stage, freestyling with Pac, Big Daddy Kane, Scoop Lover and Shaheem. Biggie was still unknown at this point, but still managed to get the crowd hyped. Both Pac and Big gave us an incredible performance. Their energy on stage was truly unmatched. It was one of the greatest freestyles in history.
Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? I thank the Lord for my many blessings. Going to stress and keep a best from protection from the battle of the Smith and West.
Behind the scenes, Tupac also talked to the producer Easy Mo B, who Pac knew worked on Biggie's upcoming album Ready to Die. According to Big, he was the one who introduced these two to each other. Biggie apparently always felt like Pac's production was whack. He got to hear earlier versions of his third album and
He said whack.
Oh my God, bro. Oh hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy.
He gonna say his shit whack and you ain't even on. You know what I'm saying? You gotta beg him to get on. You know what I'm saying? But at this point, Puffy wasn't doing it. What you talking about? Shout out to the chat. Appreciate y'all. Real quick.
Complained about his beat selection. Thought that Pac's production was holding him back. That's why he tried to work with different producers than him. Pac asked Easy Mo B for beats that day, and the two later started working together. Around the same time, they also started filming the movie Above the Rim, in which Tupac played the iconic character Birdie. The filming of the movie took place in New York from October to November '93, and Biggie.
I gotta see who he look like. What his name? Easy Mo B. I gotta see who he look like. Cause me, I got a picture. You know what I'm saying? When he be talking about names and shit, I got a picture of that shit. Cause I'm that type of person. Easy Mo B. Let's see where from. Oh yeah, okay, it's that nigga. Okay, bet. He got that Steve Harvey stash, don't he? Oh yeah. I see what you're talking about. Yeah, I see it. You see it in him. I see it in him. That boy look like he Martin Luther King goddamn son at this damn point. Look at him. That boy wanna be Shane.
Occasionally paid him a visit at the movie set. Like I explained in my Dre and Pac beef documentary, Tupac decided to scrap his third album called Thug Style. He had just finished recording it but decided to scrap it and start from scratch, due to the people from Death Row getting copies of it prior to its release. Cause they used some of the ideas on Thug Style for Snoop Dogg's Doggy Style, which was just about to come out. And Biggie would also start to take ideas from him from that point on. Cause Puffy wanted him to compete with Snoop and Dr. Dre on the West Coast, and Pac had to reinvent himself once again like on every album, cause he didn't want to sound like anyone else, even though they were the ones biting him. So he decided to put more focus on his brand Thug Life by pushing his group, started working on the first volume of the Thug Life series.
My opinion, though, I think when, you know, as you saying, everybody was goddamn copying Tupac. I think when Tupac died, bro, all them rappers started to fall off. In my opinion, even though I went, you know, I was a kid, you know, a baby and shit, during them time, but me just seeing for the year later on, all them motherfuckers fell off, cause they couldn't bite no more. They couldn't bite the greatest no more. And that's my opinion.
Turning point was in November '93 when Tupac started hanging out with a man named Haitian Jack. I covered their relationship in detail in my video, The Reason Why Tupac Got Shot 5 Times. Make sure to check it out. The two met on November 6th at the Scores nightclub in Manhattan, New York, where they watched the Riddick Bowe and Evander Holyfield boxing match. Pac came and hung out with him in the VIP room of Scores. Jack got him a bottle of Remy Martin and some Cuban cigars. Pac fell in love with his lifestyle and said, "Wow, man, this is the life." To which Jack responded, "This is the life I live, but I don't bring attention to myself. I do what I do with my friends and that's it." He told Pac that they don't like people who shoot cops, addressing the incident of Pac shooting 2 off-duty police officers a week prior on October 31st, 1993. The best thing for you to do is to stay in the studio. Stay focused, do your music, and come check me when you're free. Jack told him that he should reach out to him every time he's in New York, and Pac said he'll do that. The two became close friends after that. Jack introduced him to some of the toughest Jamaican and Haitian dudes in Brooklyn, including the record executive Jimmy Henchman, who will play a huge role later on. Pac learned a lot from them. Meeting them changed him as a person. The boxer Mike Tyson was telling Pac that he was out of his league hanging with Haitian Jack, but Pac wouldn't listen. At the time, Jack had 1 foot in the music industry and 1 foot in the streets, hanging with his right-hand man Ricky Lee. Pac used to dress in baggies and sneakers. Haitian Jack and Ricky Lee took him shopping and quote-unquote made him more mature by introducing him to all the gangsters in Brooklyn. This is the style that Biggie later supposedly copied from Pac. But Pac got that style from Haitian Jack. Pac told Jack that he's glad that he met him, because it helped him with the movie character he was working on. The Above the Rim character Birdie was a New York gangster just like Haitian Jack. He wooed people through his flash and charisma. Pac got his swagger from Jack. The way he handles himself, how everybody's always around him.
I'm gonna buy this on YouTube. I might do it tomorrow. I'm gonna buy it on YouTube. We're gonna watch it on YouTube together. Boardroom. I haven't seen it in years though. Since like the early 2000s. I ain't seen that movie.
That people gravitate to a gangster. According to Haitian Jack, Pac was studying him to learn how a real gangster acts and behaves, so that Pac can improve his performance as a New York gangster in the movie. Jack even paid him a visit at the movie set of Above the Rim, where he gifted him a Rolex watch, and they went out and bought some jewelry together at the Diamond District on 47th Street at a place called Tito's Jewelry. Pac was mesmerized by his flash and jewelry, so he wanted to get himself some of the same. Jack then took Pac to a club called Nels, where he met a 19-year-old woman called Ayanna Jackson, who would later accuse him of assault. Jack said, "This girl wants to do more than just meet you." They danced and kissed together on the dance floor.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Yeah.
And she supposedly pulled down
she look like she set motherfuckers up and shit. Look, you tell, bro. Look
on his pants, touched his private parts, and got intimate with him in front of everybody.
She said no.
The two then left the club, and Haitian Jack drove them to the Parker Meridian Hotel where
Now I gotta go back to it. I gotta go back to what she said. I gotta go back to what she said yesterday. For y'all who was in the stream yesterday. Oh, we gotta go back. That motherfucker crazy. I gotta go back through it, yeah. All Eyes on Me album. They did it. All Eyes on Me. That motherfucker hard. I ain't gonna lie. I love All Eyes on Me though. What I went? It's the shorts. Oh yeah, stream live. Where is that? Ayanna Jackson. What we started up here last time. She about to straight me. She got me smoking damn shit. She about to straight me the fuck up. Hey, you guys say she would be lying.
At that point, when everyone was in the room and they were tearing off my clothes, and I was straddling him that night. Okay. At at one point, I did not know that he left because after that point, after that happened, it was...
See, they would pick me out. She said she was on top of him the whole time. How you did not know he left you? He ain't push you off? You know what I'm saying? How you didn't know he left? You say he was on top of her. That shit.
Kind of like when Haitian Jack, and everyone was there, I was kind of like in, I don't know.
You ain't gonna fish your hair? Hold on, twin. You ain't gonna fish your hair?
I kind of, I don't know.
When the girls start turning hair, they like it or they lying. They wanted to. It's like what they say.
I kind of was at an out-of-body experience at that point because I couldn't believe this was happening. So I don't even know at one point he left because I didn't even hear him leave. I knew that I was on top of him. I knew that I was straddling him. I knew they came into the room. I knew they tear off my clothes.
Yeah,
I knew that he had me, you know, in a position where that I could not move. I knew that I was on top of him. I knew that I was looking him in the eye. I knew all this was going on. You say
he had your hair down, and you say you had braids, and you had your hair down, pinned down. You told him, you know what I'm saying? She did be lying, dog. She did be lying, Chet. They say she was on that story. I'm going ahead and say, they paid your ass doing that shit. I ain't gonna lie. That shit sound like a damn setup. The shit you saying make no damn sense.
And I finally came to, it was only me and Charles Fuller in the room. Everyone had left. But I knew that Haitian Jack had sex with me. I knew that there was someone else.
Hey, everybody on this live saying Cap too. Y'all saying Cap. Everybody on this live saying Cap.
I don't even know who he was.
So if Haitian Jack had, you know what I'm saying, with you, why he didn't get charged with it? Know what I'm saying? How he didn't get charged? Your ass go straight to Tupac. You ain't try to get Haitian Jack, nothing. Like, she about to straight me. She got me smoking damn cigarettes. She about to straight me the fuck out. I just feel bad for Tupac, but he had to go through that shit. What y'all saying? Hold on. How the fuck she on top in the position she came? That's what I'm saying. Like what? All my experience, you know what I'm saying? I do want to show y'all that real quick. That motherfucker was lying like fuck, bro. Said Tupac, said she was on Tupac the whole time. Then the other two came to rip out. She said she didn't have sex with him. Then 1 minute she talking about they did. Haitian Jack them had sex. Like, make up your goddamn mind, girl. Damn.
They had intercourse. It was a $750 a night, 38th floor hotel suite with 2 bedrooms. One for Pac and one for Haitian Jack. The next day, she gave Pac her number and the two continued to meet up a couple of times to have intercourse. November 18th was the day that changed everything. Pac had a show in New Jersey at Club 88, and they also went to the Above the Rim movie shoot. Afterwards, he went shopping with Jack, and on their way back to the hotel, he asked Pac, "Why don't you give her a call?" So Pac, Haitian Jack, a guy named Trevor, Pac's manager Charles Fuller, and Biggie were now waiting in the hotel room for Ayanna Jackson to arrive. As soon as she arrived, Biggie...
Y'all ain't call no other girls? She ain't had no friends? They was just her? Like, my whole thing, like, you know what I'm saying? Usually, you know what I'm saying? We about to call some girls. We gonna call some girls. I ain't about no one girl. Unless y'all didn't know she out there. Like, y'all knew she was out there like that. Y'all know what time it was. They just go ahead and call her what it is. You know what I'm saying? All niggas with one girl. You know what I'm saying?
supposedly left, and the whole incident with the assault happened. If you want more info on this incident, check out the video.
She doing all that in front of them, it's crazy.
Video I previously mentioned about the Quad Studio shooting. I will only mention a couple of points for context. Pac and Ayanna Jackson were in the bedroom alone when the other man entered and proceeded to assault her. Tupac then left the room after feeling weirded out by the group setting. He talked with his publicist in a different room, felt groggy and then went to sleep, as he had a long day behind him. He awoke to Ayanna Jackson yelling at him for more or less allowing them to assault her. She then went downstairs and informed the security about what happened, saying that Pac assaulted her. Tupac, Jack, and Charles Fuller were arrested. Trevor somehow got away. The three were accused of committing that crime, but Haitian Jack and Charles Fuller got off lightly, while Pac became the main target, which of course infuriated him to the point that he publicly spoke on it. He asked interviewers how all those people got away even though they were the ones that committed the crime while he was asleep. What's also important for our story is that Biggie left his illegal guns at Tupac's hotel suite, and then left as soon as Ayanna Jackson came in, which
that's what we need to know. Why did he leave? Why did you leave, Biggie? We need answers. Why did you leave? Then you left the gun. Like somebody told you to do that shit. At this point, the more I look at this shit, the more I like. Somebody had informed me, man, you gonna go to the hotel. You know what I'm saying? Soon Ayanna come. You know what I'm saying? Once you leave these guns here, then dip out. You know what I'm saying? That it had to be a setup, bro. Ain't no way, bro. Cause that don't make no sense. You my homie too. Like I don't understand that shit.
It's kinda odd at first, but he himself tried to stay away from Haitian Jack, cause Biggie knew that he was a serious street cat that basically poisoned everything he touched. But from the outside it seemed like Biggie was always involved when Tupac got into trouble, and somehow managed to get away every time, as if he knew something was about to happen. The assault wasn't the only charge Pac faced. Biggie unintentionally made his upcoming fight for freedom more difficult, as Pac was charged with weapons possession that same night, even though those were Biggie, Jack, and Trevor's guns. 4 guns with their serial numbers scratched out were found in Tupac's hotel room. Pac obviously didn't want to snitch on Biggie, as it would not only ruin his career, but it was also against everything Pac stood for at the time. So he was forced to take that one to the...
So y'all, let me ask y'all this question. So y'all think he wrong for making that, talking to them news people and telling them? Could they say that he should have kept it street? Now, what would y'all do? Y'all would have kept it street and not said nothing and just took the troll, or y'all would have got down and did the same thing Tupac did? That's what I need to know from y'all, because I want to know, because some people say he Tupac snitch for doing that. But like, shit, nigga, I ain't do that shit, bro. Them serious charges. Like, bro, I ain't about to go to jail for nobody. Fuck all that. They tell me give me goddamn years and stuff. Fuck this shit. Fuck that street shit. Hey, man, look. Now, if I did the shit, okay, boom, I'm gonna take the shit, you feel me? But like, motherfucker, I ain't do that shit. Nigga, I ain't about to, you know what I'm saying?
Chin and shut up about it.
I said no.
He spent much of '94 proclaiming his innocence. The fact that Biggie left exactly when Ayanna Jackson came in, that he was partly responsible for one of the charges Pac faced, and that he was also in the same building when Pac got shot a year later, gave Pac enough reason to think that Biggie might be hiding something, and that he's not completely innocent, cause it was coincidence after coincidence after coincidence. And Pac later came to the conclusion that it was all done on purpose. All these weird coincidences would accumulate until Pac finally had enough. And those wouldn't be the only things he disliked about Biggie. Pac's grudge and frustrations with him grew over time. But the
Where goddamn Diddy was plotting, Big was plotting with Diddy. He said, shit, this the only way we can take goddamn Biggie out the Tupac out the game, cause we can't compete with him on like songs and shit. So if he take that fall, boom, we'll be up. Cause you gotta think about it. Soon Tupac went jail, them motherfucker Bad Boy went out through the roof. You know what I'm saying?
Incident at the hotel was the beginning of it. Even if he was somehow able to shake off the abuse charges, the firearms in the hotel room were enough to get him locked up. They confiscated the guns and Pac was forced to fight for his freedom for the next year. In '94, he worked on a new version of his third studio album, which he later called Me Against the World, while also working on the group album Thug Life, and starring in the movie Bullet. Biggie, on the other hand, was focused on his debut album Ready to Die. Both did their separate things. They weren't really part of the same clique anymore. Pac had little to no involvement in Biggie's upcoming album, and Biggie had no involvement in any of the albums Pac and Thug Life were working on, aside from 2 songs which I will touch on later. Pac asked him if he still wanted to be part of the Thug Life movement, now that they're actually putting out an album together.
Like why? What made y'all just... Why? They ain't Tupac from New York too. That would goddamn kill me. Like he from New York. Like why? Then you gotta think about the two cops he shot at too. They had to get their get back too. You gotta think about that shit too. They probably could have deal with Haitian Jack and them. Like shit, yo. He shot at our boys and shit. You know what I'm saying? Boy, we gotta get Tupac. You know what I'm saying? We need you to tell. You know what I'm saying?
And Biggie, I don't want to say rejected the offer, but he made clear that he had his hands full with his own album and all the things Puffy wanted him to do. Puff was kinda trying to pull Biggie away from him so that they can focus on their own brand and build up Bad Boy together to the point.
We gonna prove your fact right though. Hold on, we gonna prove that shit real quick. What this dude name? We had did yesterday too. What's his name? Name Lil Ride. Lil Ride did it. What is it? Y'all gotta hear this shit.
Lil.
Look at this shit.
I got a voice memo from him, and this is how I solidified.
He assaulted him too.
What happened? This is.
They got a voicemail. But tell your ass.
Yo, what's up, Playboy? What's up, Daddy? Lil Lee, Lil Leon, Lil Leroy.
Lil Leroy.
They used to call me. No, I love you, boy. Miss your smile, King. Your little limp walk, your little limp dick ass. My little Lily.
Not my little Lily. That boy say little Lily. Yeah, no, because he was let these niggas punk him because they gave him some jury. He didn't back down. He told them niggas to give him his bread. Facts.
Lil. Love you, boy. Y'all know things is crazy. But it's gonna get better. It's gonna get wetter too.
What he say?
Cover up, baby. Miss your smile, King. Your little cheekbones and shit. Your little braids. Your little tongue twist, nigga.
Tongue twist?
Alright, boy. Love, King. Love you, boy. Don't forget to love. Take that. Take that?
Yeah, he said take that. You told you take that to him. You took it. You took it. Yeah, you took it. Yes, sir.
So.
He got fake dreads? I can't tell. They look fake as hell. I ain't gonna lie. What's the tape right there?
Little.
I wouldn't even play this shit. Well, you goddamn. Ooh, Lord, you. Whatever girl you get with, she gonna be on your ass. You better not never argue with her. Lil Leroy. Tell his ass up.
That they can outgrow everyone in the game, including Tupac. Puffy would become his new mentor, and Pac was now less of a teacher to him, but more of a rival in the rap game. Friendly competition. Someone who's not part of the Bad Boy movement. In March that year, both Tupac and Biggie once again performed together on stage at the New Regal Theater in Chicago. Biggie had his clique Junior Mafia with him, and Pac came with Thug Life. This might have actually been their last stage performance.
Against, you know what I'm saying? Chat, y'all know what I'm saying? Y'all swing the way, y'all ain't got nothing against people, you know what I'm saying? Do y'all thing, but the way Diddy was doing that shit, you goddamn taking that shit from them motherfuckers. Goddamn. Shit.
Together. Cause in '94, Biggie and Pac had their own tours and shows, and started to focus on their brands and movements. Biggie stopped rapping the Thug Life movement at a time when Pac was trying to put together the self-titled group album. They worked on it until May '94. Around that time, Biggie gave Pac the demo for his upcoming album. It had the song Juicy on it. And Pac loved it. He used to play it all day and also made his friends and family listen to it. He was really looking forward to hearing the final version of the album, which Biggie was planning to finish in the next couple of months. On August 4th, Biggie got married to the R&B singer Faith Evans, whom he had met 8 days prior at a Bad Boy photo shoot. She will play a huge role in the story later on. 5 days later, on August 9th, Biggie dropped the single Juicy, which is widely regarded as one of the greatest hip-hop songs of all time. And it was also a commercial success. You can hear a change in his style, and Pac was fine with it at first, cause he was the one who had advised him to do so, that he should do more smooth and laid-back songs for the radio in order to sell the album. Biggie hated the song, but it actually became one of his biggest hits. That summer he started performing songs from his upcoming album Ready to Die, and he grew a large following. His album was almost done. 6 of the songs were produced by Easy Mo Bee. No other producer produced that many songs for the album. And Biggie heard that Mo Bee was working with Pac too. He actually wanted that sound for himself. Get Mo Bee to produce as many records as possible. So he got curious and wanted to know if he gave Pac better beats than him. And indeed, Mo Bee gave Pac the beat for Temptations, which Biggie loved. It was a record similar to Big Papa. He was disappointed and mad that
when we get to like Lil Sean and stuff, I'm gonna see his interview. I never seen a Lil Sean interview. I want to see his interview, see his side, what he say.
He gave Pac those beats, cause he immediately knew that it would become a hit, and he wanted to be the hottest rapper in '94, jump on the hardest beats of the year. Biggie always felt like Pac's beats were whack. And now, for Me Against the World, his friend Pac finally gets some great production, and Biggie complains, saying that Mo Bee should have given those beats to him. Biggie approached Mo Bee and said, "Yo man, you know you were supposed to give me them joints." Mo Bee then responded, "What you talking about? I heard the joints you did."
Let's get credit where credit due. We gotta bring them 90 women who was singing on them songs, on pop songs and all the other songs. We need to bring them kind of women back. Cause they got them, they made their song hit hard. You know what I'm saying? If y'all know what I'm talking about. We need them type of singles back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Them joints is fire. You should have gave them to me. Mo Bee took it as him joking around, but he probably did want those beats for himself. He probably regretted introducing those two to each other. Biggie was kinda disappointed in Mo Bee as they had been tied since the beginning of his career. Ever since he produced Big's first single Party and Bullish in '92. Mo Bee had become one of the main producers for Bad Boy Records. He had played a huge role for the first 2 albums released on the label.
Did he produce some on Machiavelli too? Mo Bee. Did he produce some on Machiavelli too? I know he did on one of Tupac, but after he paid, he did some more music. Produced some more of his music.
Biggest song they made at the time was Flavor in Your Ear, from his label mate Craig Mack, who Big was kinda competing with at the time. And Mo Bee was the producer of that record. It went platinum in just a couple of months and became one of the biggest records of '94. Big was already kinda jealous that Mo Bee gave Craig Mack that beat. And now he's giving all these bangers to Pac, even though he and Mo Bee had been cool from day one. He knew him way before Mo Bee met Pac and Craig Mack. And Big was holding him in such a high regard. He was one of his favorite producers. But he felt like none of the Mo Bee beats on his album could compete with the ones he gave Pac and Craig Mack, especially Temptations and Flavor in Your Ear. Cause he would later convince Puffy to let him get on the remix of Craig Mack's song, and he didn't even like him. That's why he dissed him on the remix, on his own song. Big and Mo Bee's relationship wasn't the same after that. They didn't collaborate as much as they used to. On his second album, which he would drop 2.5 years later, Mo Bee only produced 2 songs out of 25, when on the previous album he had produced the highest amount of tracks. As a friend, he should have been happy that Pac finally gets some great production. He finally gets a beat you like and you don't want to give him that. There was definitely competition between the two. They wanted to put out the better album. Ready to Die versus Me Against the World. Mo Bee also gave Pac the beats for If I Die Tonight, which became the second track on Me Against the World, Straight Ballin' for the Thug Life album, My Block for the show soundtrack, and another one called Out on Bail, which never got officially released. He would also get the beat for Runnin' from the Police. Biggie was mad that Pac got all those beats, cause Pac had never worked with Mo Bee before. He only knew him because of Biggie, and Biggie wanted that sound for himself. Biggie and Pac talked about it and agreed to do the song.
What you was gonna do on that beat, Biggie? What you gonna do with them beats? I can't even hear you on them type of beats. And I heard all them songs. What you gonna do on there?
Running from the police together, cause originally Biggie wasn't supposed to be on it. The song was supposed to land on either the Thug Life Group album or on Me Against the World. It was recorded on August 12, 1994 at the Unique Recording Studios in Times Square, New York. Mo B was scheduled to put the song together with Pac and his clique. He didn't expect to see Biggie and Junior Mafia walk in and jump on the track. At the time, Pac had kinda accepted the fact that Biggie is no longer part of the Thug Life movement. Biggie was no longer one of his soldiers. He had ranked up to a general and had his own team. But upon Biggie's request, they wanted to make a last-minute addition, so that Biggie gets credited as an honorable member of Thug Life, which unfortunately never happened, as the song never made it onto a Tupac album. Pac was also unhappy with his verse, probably because Biggie outshined everybody on the track, with his raw delivery, energy, and outstanding flow. So he redid his verse, and that's why there are 2 Tupac verses for this one song. They also recorded the track House of Pain together, which featured Big Stretch, and it was supposed to be on Biggie's album Ready to Die, but it later got scrapped. DJ Eddie F also invited both Pac and Big to jump on the track Let's Get It On, along with the rappers Heavy D, Spunk Bigger, and Grand Puba. It landed on the same title album, which came out in October 94. Aside from the House of Pain recording session,
so we got a joint with Tupac and Biggie on there. Hold on. Damn, what? Oh, I gotta go back. Damn, what that group called? Oh shit. Damn, I gotta go back. Okay, here you go. Let's Get It On album. Hold on. Research. Biggie was too sweet for a yeah, he was sweet. He was sweet as hell. Yeah, what a track list. So we got a Biggie. Can y'all show me, please? Thank you. I don't know why the fuck I went here. I should went to Google. I'm gonna go to Google. I want to know if it's Tupac and Biggie on the same track. I'm about to listen to it. If it is, that motherfucker pull up. What's called? No, you fucking lying. Let's Get It On. Let's Get It On 2000 remix. 2000. It's a 2015 song / remix featuring Tupac and Notorious, produced by Heavy D. That is often found on uncut remix and fan. It's not a former track list from a single album. Damn. Thuggin' in the Grave. Okay, look. Okay, I heard Running. Look for Running. Dying to like a live from Tupac Resurrection track list and Spit Your Game from. Okay, babe. I gotta listen to them track with Biggie on them. We got Biggie feature on them. You say Running? I ain't never heard it's good. It better be good. Is it good?
Let's Get It On, along with the rappers Heavy D, Spunk Bigger, and Grand Puba. It landed on the same title album, which came out in October 94. Aside from the House of Pain recording session, Biggie and Puffy never invited Tupac to come record with them, even though Pac had helped to shape and promote him. There is a rumor that Puffy didn't want Pac to be part of the album because of the Ayanna Jackson assault case. And then there's another rumor which suggests that Puffy didn't want these two to get too close. They treated him like a stepping stone after all the things he did for them. Both Big and Pac had a project coming out that following month, September 94. Biggie's Ready to Die on September 13th and Pac's Thug Life album on September 26th. Pac believed that his album would be more successful since Biggie is a newcomer. But Ready to Die ended up being more successful than all the albums he had released so far, including the Thug Life album. It peaked at number 15 on the Billboard 200, selling 57,000 units in the first week. The sales skyrocketed in the following months, but even in the beginning he was selling more than the group he left behind, cause Thug Life sold way less and only managed to peak at number 42. It took Ready to Die only 2 months to go gold, while it took Thug Life 16 months. It performed worse than Pac's second album. Ready to Die shifted attention back to the East Coast, at a time when West Coast hip-hop dominated the charts.
All the artists that were out from New York at that time did not have what it took to carry the city at the moment, because it was Dre, Snoop, and Tupac. That's what was cranking. And Biggie brought the music crown back over here.
Before the release of that album, Pac was always super excited and supportive. Every time he heard about Biggie reaching certain milestones, he was happy for him. Like for example when he got an invitation to Biggie's Ready to Die album release party in New York. Pac bought all his friends and family members plane tickets to not miss the event, telling them that they need to be there to show support. He was happy and proud, like a supportive older brother that cheers on his sibling during a game show, sitting in the audience hoping that his little brother will win. His excitement turned into disappointment once he actually had a copy of the album in his hands. He was expecting Biggie to show love to him in the liner notes, at least one little shout out or mention, but it didn't happen, almost as if Pac was never part of Biggie's road to success. He started to get mad at Biggie for using his ideas for the album without giving him credit, cause he was fine with him taking his advices but expected at least a shout out. He thought Biggie was being ungrateful. He would only thank him when talking in private.
Y'all think Tupac was overreacting? Or you feel like Biggie should have gave him like credit where it's due? Cause my opinion, I think he should have gave him a little bit of credit, like appreciate the part or some shit, like put me on and shit. You know what I'm saying?
But he wanted the whole world to know that he was there for him. Pac was always trying to merge West Coast and East Coast sound on his albums, to give people the best of both worlds. He felt like his main selling point is that he's something like a bridge between East Coast and West Coast hip-hop, one of the few artists in the game that can do both styles at the same time. And he felt like Biggie tried to do the same on Ready to Die. Not only that, but the overall theme of the album was supposedly copied from the first version of Me Against the World. The title of the album, Ready to Die, obviously suggests that it revolves around death, and Pac was one of the only rappers in the game who was obsessed with that topic. He talked about death in dozens of his songs, even before Me Against the World.
Hey, yo, are you afraid to die?
But to God, I've been ready to die. I'm ready to die, and nobody can save me.
Even the ones on the final version of the Me Against the World album, If I Die Tonight, So Many Tears, Death Around the Corner, and those are just the ones he kept on the album after changing it because of Biggie. The ones that didn't make the cut are either unreleased to this day or landed on his posthumous album Are You Still Down, Remember Me. He always talked about dying, getting killed, was prophesizing his own death, saying things like I'm ready to die or I see death around the corner, like on the song Death Around the Corner of the Me Against the World album. Now Biggie all of a sudden raps, sometimes I hear death knocking at my front door, on the song Everyday Struggle on the Ready to Die album. I see death around the corner, I hear death knocking at my front door.
I see death around the corner, gotta stay high while I survive. I don't wanna live no more. Sometimes I hear death knocking at my front door.
Pac noticed the similarities and was
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
See, Pac, see, you should let him alone. You should never put him on, bro. You should never put him on, bro. They had me
bit confused. Also, the part where he said F the world in the song Ready to Die, after Pac played him the song F the World from his upcoming album Me Against the World. Then on the song Big
Why the fuck I keep going, man? Bitch, I wanna go to Google, bitch. Nobody do not use this shit. Damn, I wanna listen to it so bad. list. Damn, can we see the track list? Is this the track list? No. Oh yeah, these gotta be songs. Do It For Love. I love that Do It For Love though. Do for love. You got everything. Oh, these are the songs on the Fuck Y'all, Enemies With Me. I Wanna Heaven Got You. Ooh, that my shit right now. When I Get Free. Nothing But Love. Fake Ass. When I Get Free. Did Them Things Go. I'm Getting Money. Only Fear of Death. 16 on Death Row. Definition of a thug nigga. Lot to Kick It. I heard that song before. Soul Power. I never heard that one. Them the correct song. Yeah, them the correct songs, but I got some new music to listen to I haven't listened to before. Okay, bet. Appreciate y'all. You said Hellraiser? That shit, Hellraiser good? Hold on. Let me go back. Damn, what the fuck is that? Oh, yeah, go. What's Hellraiser? Okay, Hellraiser track 2. Only Fear for God. So it's okay. We got 2 that's good. I know. Okay, Hellraiser. Only Fear of Death. I know Do For Love. That's my shit right there. I didn't even know that he had that song. I didn't even know he was on the album. I knew the video. They used to play the video on BET all the time. That's how I know that song. And not Soul Pop. Soul Pop ain't good.
Papa, they use the same sample from the Isley Brothers as on Park's song Time to Get My Drink On, which Park wanted to put on his scrapped album Thug Style. So the idea to one of the biggest...
And I like that song. I ain't know Tupac had a song before that. Tonight you big, call at me big. Like, damn, he stole that from Tupac's crazy. Damn, that's crazy.
Hits on Biggie's album came from Pac. And he couldn't even use the song since he scrapped the album after Dr. Dre from Death Row sabotaged him and used his ideas for the Doggy Style album. More on that in the Dr. Dre Beef documentary. Biggie and Puffy were doing the same thing as Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. So Pac obviously felt some type of way about it. Even the beat selection was similar, cause as mentioned earlier, Easy Mo B worked on both albums. He produced 6 songs for Biggie's album and 6 for Pac. But Pac made the wise decision to split them up, to make sure that the projects don't sound too similar, as every producer has his own distinct sound. According to Stretch's brother Majesty, Pac was also upset about Biggie using his Baby Baby ad-lib on Juicy.
It's all good, baby, baby. Ain't an MC coming close to thee. Notorious B.I.G., baby, baby.
He also spoke on this in the year 1996 when he was interviewed by Sway.
I was there, got trained. The nigga used to be under me like my lieutenant. I used to come in New York. I used to do shows and let the nigga come on before I did keep your head up and get around. Because nobody knew the nigga in New York. And I used to tell him, yo, if you want to make your money, you got to rap for the bitches. Do not rap for the bitches. I told him, don't rap. Just rap for the bitches. The bitches will buy your records and the bitches want what the bitches want. So all of a sudden, he changed from being listen to it, party and bullshit. Listen to his style. He changed from that to Big Papa. Because of me. He had my album, Me Against the World was the second one. He had the first one. I changed everything because Ready to Die came out and it sounded like my album. All my album was about, dealing with death. And then he came out Ready to Die and I had to switch it. That's why it was less East Coast rap, East Coast beats, because Biggie had just took my shit.
That's what you could listen to it. That's what that was a success too, because he took West Coast sound.
We flipped it. I told him that. I told him that. I trained. He was supposed to be thug like.
Now I think about it, they goddamn. I love it when you call me Big Papa. Like that shit is like the beat is like West Coast. Damn, this shit crazy. Damn, Biggie. They like down your credit as an artist to me. In my opinion, they like down your credit because like you couldn't come up with your own shit. Like your original shit. You want to be on top that damn bad, but you had to bite that nigga like that. God damn, twin. The fuck? Oh!
Oh my God. All while he was coming up, I used to let him come on stage with me. He was screaming Thug Life.
Hey, cause I
He
saw
was like, I
you at the
hate
Palladium.
Brooklyn, I hate New York, I'm out with these puppy cheating me. Woo, woo, woo. All of a sudden, he blew up, and he wasn't saying Thug Life. So I started getting mad, and I was seeing in this place, he was hugging me, yo, Pop, yo, thank you, the only get a woo, woo.
Then he addressed it again in the 96 Vibe interview.
Study. Go back and study. Study how Party and Bullshit was me before I met Biggie. You don't hear my style in this rap. Study how after I met Biggie, Ready to Die come out, his whole style changed. Study.
Make sure the roller and everything is in full effect, the brand Versace.
Pac was also mad at him for rapping about things that he himself bought for him when Biggie had nothing, since he was broke. Like for example his Rolex watch, his designer clothes, and he also started rapping about popping champagne. Something that the Roots, Raekwon the Chef, and Ghostface Killah made fun of later on. I spoke on this in my Biggie vs. Nas, Wu-Tang, and the Roots video.
Make sure y'all check it out. Make sure y'all talk about Hip Hop University. That shit's good too. That nigga beef when I don't understand that beef. Like all y'all beefing with Biggie in New York, but y'all stand against Biggie. I mean y'all stand with Biggie against Tupac. That don't make no sense.
It's like these happy-go-lucky, and when they get on, man, they want to pop a little champagne.
Like I said,
you know what I'm saying? Every time you see him.
I don't understand that shit.
Pac was mad because he was the one who always bought him champagne and Hennessy. But Biggie got all the credit for popularizing that lifestyle, even though he was technically rapping about the things that Pac introduced him to. Biggie supposedly never knew the taste of champagne before meeting Pac. He would even pay for Junior Mafia's transportation fees since Biggie was broke. So he wasn't the wealthy player he rapped about in his lyrics. At least not yet. But on the album he was rapping about his lavish lifestyle. Basically the life Tupac...
Suspect.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Win. Sis. Hold on, chat. I gotta go back. What the fuck is this?
The life Tupac was living, cause he was the player, not Biggie. According to Pac, he used to beg women to sleep with Biggie, so that he doesn't come off as a loser.
Now you push that man out of the way for that truck.
Who has to go home all alone after going to the club to meet some women with his homies.
Bust around, you matter of fact, I just think about it. Bust around, you suspect too, motherfucker. You was in the damn video with him, motherfucker. Bust around, we gotta call Bust around out too.
While everyone is returning to their hotel rooms accompanied by women. He said Biggie was the least popular guy in the group when it came to women. So now the same guy is pretending to be a player. Biggie was still his homie, so he didn't want to say all these things to his face. But that's what Pac had in the back of his head the whole time. He held a grudge against him without Biggie knowing, not realizing that Biggie changed his style because of him. He wouldn't have made player songs if Pac hadn't encouraged him to do so. So it didn't really make sense for him to get mad at that, cause Biggie only did what Pac told him to do. But the part that Pac is right about is that he should have gotten his credit. And that's probably what upset Pac the most. Where is the goddamn credit? Don't just say thank you in private, say it in public. The two are still cool with each other, but Pac started to...
Goddamn, who said, I forgot, I just thought about this shit too. He said Tupac wasn't no gangster, but shit, he shot at them two cops. That made him gangster to me. Hello. That made him gangster to me. He shot at two cops. Who gonna do that? Who you know right now and do that shit? Unless they did lost their goddamn mind. Shit, fuck that. They ain't gangsta. I don't know what gangsta is these days.
Lose a little bit of respect and love for him.
Just because they were messing with a black man, bro. Shit, but you got my respect and honor and all that, bro. Like word.
Him not getting a thank you, a shout out or mention really rubbed him the wrong way. He also didn't like how Method Man is the only feature guest on the album. How did Meth make the album, but the guy who opened doors for him didn't? The guy who inspired him the most. So Pac was obviously disappointed. He had zero involvement in the album, as if he never existed. Nothing that can be traced back to him. The inspiration part and him taking ideas is all debatable, at least in the public eye. You would have came off as a hater if you called him out on that. You take my ideas, my slangs, my styles, my ad-libs, my themes. You kickstart your career by using the wisdom I shared with you about how to make it in the game. I take you on tour, on all the shows, put some money in your pocket, pay all your fees, let you sleep on my couch, feed you, introduce you to women. Consider you part of the family. And I can't even get a thank you in your liner notes? Am I asking for too much? It's something that only takes 5 seconds. You even stopped shouting out Thug Life now that you're famous. As if we were only a stepping stone to you on your way to the top. That's how Pac felt. He had to bite his tongue. There was nothing he could do about it. Big and Pac had 2 completely different personalities. Cause Pac always gave props to the people who helped him or inspired him. And he always tried to work with people who were a big influence to him. Like Ice Cube, for example. On his second album, he had a song called Last Words. He put Cube on there as he was one of his biggest inspirations. That was Pac's way of saying, yo, these are the people that got me into this game. And Pac thought Big would put him on his album in a similar way. But Big didn't tell him that they never intended to put the song House of Pain on there. Let's say the song wasn't good enough for the album. Why didn't Biggie and Puffy invite him to more studio sessions?
He said, what's the definition? It's a different definition between a gangster and a gangbanger. Ooh, go ahead. What you mean, twin? Go ahead and explain to the chat what you mean by it. Somebody said fast.
Pac's work ethic, they could have easily recorded a whole album worth of songs. I mean, no other rapper at the time was as close to the bad boy camp as Pac. Puffy supposedly tried to cause a rift between Biggie and Pac, so that Big can focus on Bad Boy. Cause as mentioned earlier, Biggie's
all people in here who like from my generation, like 90 up, like I'm 91 baby, but 90 up, I used to think all these motherfuckers were gangster for real, like Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, Ice-T, I used to think these motherfuckers were really out there doing it, you know what I'm saying? Like Snoop Dogg, for example, like out there just gang banging and rapping at the same time. I used to think these motherfuckers really like that. So I grew up, you know what I'm saying, and really started doing research. I like these motherfuckers ain't really like that. They just sold us a dream. Damn.
Stopped rapping and promoting Thug Life. He used to yell Thug Life every time he performed on stage. Cause once Bad Boy took off, he stopped doing that. And he didn't want to be part of the whole movement anymore. Pac's biggest worry was that Junior Mafia would become bigger than Thug Life. Biggie told him that his next plan was to put out a Junior Mafia group album, similar to Tupac's Thug Life. So he was kinda using Pac's blueprint. First he becomes successful and then he puts on his group. Not only that, but even the name of the group was inspired by Pac. Pac used the backronym for his group Thug Life. The hate you gave little infants, F everybody. Biggie did the same for the...
I'm trying to know the meaning of that shit. The hate you gave little infants, fuck everybody. I know it's a bigger definition, but I need, you know what I'm saying? If y'all know, let me know.
Mafia in Junior Mafia, which stands for Masters at Finding Intelligent Attitudes. So both group names were based on backronyms. Both groups were also signed to the label Atlantic. They didn't get signed to Bad Boy. Cause just like how Pac had full control over Thug Life, Biggie wanted to be in full control over Junior Mafia, without people like Puffy being able to interfere. He started to put his focus...
I'm gonna do easy though, I'm gonna do it cause I don't know too much about NWA. I think it's gonna be my niche. I gotta do NWA. The history in the easy NWA, cause I ain't grew up around that time, so they're gonna be my first 80s rap group. I'm gonna do.
Focused on them, taught them how to rap, how to sound fresh and unique, mentored them just like how Pac mentored Biggie. So he had his hands full. He also had to promote his album Ready to Die, so that it can go platinum. He performed on shows and also shot multiple music videos for upcoming singles. Tupac couldn't be part of any of it, cause he had his court hearings to deal with.
I gotta look at that shit, gonna be on my fucking mind. Cause all these dates they be talking about, it be in September. Spiking deaths during September, they so it's as many. United States, man, it's Lord and something. Damn. In many countries, including suicide. Oh hell no, never mind. I won't go that damn deep. Never mind.
While at the same
died around my birthday, September. Then Biggie with the damn shit in September.
time trying to earn enough money to cover all the fees. He did shows, went to the video shootings for the movie Bullet, and was also trying to record as much music as possible so that the label Interscope has enough material to release in case that he does get locked up for a couple of years.
Yeah, he was.
The two just started to drift further and further apart with their rise to fame, and they saw each other.
That and what you call fucking baby mama? Suge Knight was fucking Diddy baby mama and all that shit. Had his baby Justin and all that shit too.
Less and less, because they both had their own shows, their own movements, and their own projects. They would only see each other on rare occasions. Pac didn't really get the opportunity to express his frustrations to Big. When it came to friends, he was the type to bottle up his real emotions and feelings. Every time he wouldn't receive the same level of love he would give, while building up resentment and disappointment until he finally explodes. He was usually outspoken and direct, but when it came to friends and family, he would always try to endure it and not make a fuss about it. Just out of love, loyalty, and companionship. You could say that in '93, Pac and Big were as close as brothers, but in '94 as close as cousins who would only see each other on rare occasions. And their relationship would only grow colder and colder from that point on. In October '94, Bad Boy released a remix to Craig Mack's gold hit Flavor in Your Ear, featuring the legend LL Cool J, Busta Rhymes, Rampage, and Biggie, who completely outshined everybody on the track and proved that he's a force to be reckoned with, a legend in the making, a man who's reaching for the crown, the #1 spot, the title King of New York. The game was shaken up and Flavor in Your Ear would go platinum in the following month, so this was a huge push for him. Up until this point, not even Pac had a platinum hit out.
That song hit like that back in the day? Let me know, Jack. For the people back in the day, that Flavor in Your Ear was hitting like that. Cause I ain't heard it in years though.
Biggie represents Brooklyn, New York City, America, the black experience. The young man who's just trying to figure out a way where they tell him, no, your hair doesn't work for us. You can't dress like that. You can't talk like that. You can't walk like that. You can't hang with your friends. You can't stand on this corner. You can't be. He said that. Not only am I going to be, I'm going to be the best.
Around the same time, there were also some new developments in the Ayanna Jackson assault case. Haitian Jack's trial was separated from Pac's, even though it was the same case, which made Pac think that Jack snitched on him, and is trying to push the blame onto him. But according to Jack, the separate case came from Pac's gun charges, for which Biggie was partly responsible for, cause those were his guns. They didn't hold Jack accountable for the guns as the hotel suite was booked under Tupac's name, so they separated the case to not include the gun charges. Jack never admitted that one of those guns was his, so Pac had to explain why he had 4 illegal guns in his room, without snitching on anybody. Jack always denied being a snitch.
That was his goddamn gun. I was told all y'all niggas. Y'all niggas went down with me, bitch. Fuck that. I ain't going to jail for y'all niggas. Fuck that shit. Fuck that.
His case never went to trial. He ended up pleading out, took a misdemeanor charge and paid a $1,000 fine. The other guy, Trevor, was never found. So the people who actually abused her got away, while Pac was metaphorically thrown in front of a pack of hungry wolves, even though he wasn't the one who actually abused her. And those weren't his guns. Those were...
Oh, now we gotta go back to our testifier. We gotta go back. I'm sorry. We gotta go back, y'all. We gotta go back to this crazy lady. Gotta go back. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go to the beginning. how she explain that shit, then yeah, y'all be like, y'all gonna see she be lying like hell. You know what I'm saying? Doing the grown up stuff.
Self Biggie Smalls. It was produced by DJ 50 Grand.
Wrong one. I mean, this is the right one. Oh, this is the right one.
Ayana, I'm not going to touch you. I'm so sorry this happened. Up, he still had my hair. And two, it was only me and Charles Fuller in the room.
There, and he's.
We were adjacent to the room, the living room where everyone was in. So it was very dark. It was very quiet. So all of a sudden, when the door opens, of course, there's light, there's noise coming from the living room, you know, pouring into where we are. So as we're kissing, I go to turn around to look back around, and he grabs my head. And when he grabs my head to turn it back around,
Okay.
I hear people coming into the bedroom. I didn't think anything of it because I've been with I didn't think anything of it. And I thought maybe someone had left something in the room. They were coming.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro.
Hey, tell what y'all think. You think she tell the truth? Cause the way she did shit didn't make no sense. Like, hold on, maybe more trip. Hold on, we gonna go back. I thought she was talking about some spiritual shit. Like, they goddamn trying to make sure a ghost wasn't coming in there, motherfucker. Talking about lights and darkness and nothing.
Is coming from the living room, you know, pouring into where we are. So as we're kissing, I go to turn around to look back around, and he grabs my head. And when he grabs my head to turn it back around, I hear people coming into the bedroom. I didn't think anything of it because I've been with I didn't think anything of it. And I thought maybe someone had left something in the room. They were coming to get something out of the room. No idea. And as I'm turning around, he grabs the back of my hair. At the time, I had braids.
What you mean by what turning around here? Like, you say you had your hair, you know what I'm saying, braid. What you mean, like all the way around, or you like these? Cause you say you was on top of them. So I'm trying to picture the whole thing, right? Like, that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, she a horrible liar. I don't see why they didn't throw the case out at this damn point. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should cross-examine her head. Why they didn't cross-examine her? They just went with her, just what she said, and they ain't, you know what I'm saying? I don't know who Tupac lawyer was. He should have fired them motherfuckers.
I had braids in my hair at the time. So at the time, he grabs the back of my head, and he wraps his hand around my braids, and he turns me toward him, and he pulls my head down, and I hear people coming in. And at the time, I had a black dress on. I had a black, I guess, spandex back then. I had a black spandex dress on. And I'm hearing this noise, and I'm hearing these people come in the room. And he's like, "Relax, baby." And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Relax." And as I go to turn around and look back, because he has his hand in my braids, I can't physically move around. So I'm looking at him while I'm straddling him, and I'm looking at him face to face. And I'm like, and I hear people talking, and I hear people saying, "Oh, you know, look at her, and her ass is fat, and this and that."
I ain't even catch it. Hold on. I'm gonna see what the people in the comments said. Oh, right here. Maybe I go to the comments. Somebody said in the comment. Hold on, make sure y'all can see that. Oh, look, y'all say the same shit. Hold on. Can y'all see that? I'm gonna make sure y'all can see what I'm looking at. Somebody said in the comments on this video, somebody said she got 99 stories and the truth ain't one. You can tell DJ Vlad did not believe her. She can't remember what happened 25 years ago, but she can remember they We're drinking Absolute. Yo, her ass in the comments. Hold on, Twitter. Yo, her ass. Hold on. But you said she said front and back. Hold on. Go back.
And I'm like, and I hear.
It's so damn weird for me. Like, yeah, damn girl, you ain't calling it. You need Vlad. Tell her bring the brush out, cause they hell did fucking me up. Like, you ain't gonna brush. Like, you keep flipping it this way, flipping it that way. God damn, that shit fucking.
People talking, and I hear people saying, "Oh, you know, look at her, and her ass is fat, and this and that." And I'm looking at him dead in his eye. I thought maybe someone had left something in the room. They were coming to get something out of the room. No idea. And as I'm turning around, he grabs the back of my hair. At the time, I had braids. I had braids in my hair at the time. So at the time, he grabs the back of my head and he... People saying, oh... Wraps his hand around my braids and he turns me toward him and he pulls my head down and I hear people coming in, and at the time I had a black dress on. I had a black, I guess, spandex back then. I had a black spandex dress on, and I'm hearing this noise and I'm hearing these people come in the room, and he's like, relax, baby.
That don't even sound like Tupac. She said it.
And I'm like, what? And he's like, relax. And as I go to turn around and look back, because he has his hand in my braids, I can't physically move around. So I'm looking at him while I'm straddling him, and I'm looking at him face to face. And I'm like,
he had you down.
And I hear people talking, and I hear people saying, oh, you know, look at her, and her ass is fat, and this and that. And I'm looking at him dead in his eye. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, I'm like, what's going on? And he's saying to me, he's like, relax, relax, baby. These are my boys. I like you so much, I decided to share you with them.
What?
And when he said this to me...
Stop the cap.
Now, all my years of being a black man, you know what I'm saying?
Go ahead and preach.
Come
on, Pastor.
Come on. You know what I'm saying? I like you so much, I'm going to share you. I ain't never heard that shit. If I like you, I ain't sharing your motherfucker ass. I don't know what the fuck y'all got going on. Yeah, I don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like you so much, I'm going to share you.
I started to, I was trying to lift my head up. And as I was trying to lift my head up...
You just said you were looking dead in the eye. How you lift your head up and you looking dead in the eye? Like, I'm confused. Like, one minute she said, I was looking dead in the eye. Then you try to lift your head up. So, that confused me right though. I don't know about y'all.
He still had my hair and he was holding it. And then I was like, no. And he was like, no. And I was like, no, I don't want this. I came here for you. I don't want this. This is not what I want. And...
Take a moment. It's fine.
Yeah, fast. That's what I'm saying. No, she switched up fast. Look, you...
Okay, so at this point, other men have entered the room.
She like, I hope you believe me what I said. Look how she looked at him like, you believe me, don't you? She put a whole fucking, yeah, she lying.
And who are these other men at this point?
At this point, I would say it was Jack. Was Fuller.
Was Nigel and Trevor in the room or no?
Bitch, say something.
Well, I keep going back and forth with the Nigel. I think
You unreliable. Hey, she threw the damn case out. She unreliable. She don't know. She don't know what it is. She lied, y'all. She unreliable. She lied like fuck, bro. You know what I'm saying? She about to got that video. Go ahead and throw the goddamn case. Hey, she about to piss me off. She lying. She got paid. She got paid to do this shit. At this point, she lying. I don't believe her. That motherfucker, dog.
I think Nigel was actually Jack.
We'll get past it real quick. We already discussed that.
Then there was Jack, and then and then it followed after that.
Oh, okay, so you
appreciate you joining the channel.
Had sex with Tupac with all the other guys in the room?
Yes, I was on top of him. Yes.
No, he didn't say that.
Okay, and the other guys were what? Just touching you while you guys were having sex?
Yes, correct. Mm-hmm.
Goddamn Diddy party.
Okay, so then Tupac walked out of the room.
Right.
And then you had sex with.
No. I didn't have sex with them.
Okay.
And that particular night, I didn't have sex with him.
What? Like what she did. Let's go back what she just said. Now I know you motherfucking lying.
Had sex with Tupac with all the other guys in the room?
Yeah. They start to and the thing I remember is I had black stockings, which we would call pantyhose back then. I had them on, and I remember them being ripped off. I remember my dress being ripped off. I remember all this happening, but I'm still on.
Hey, now.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro.
Oh, that real dog. Then what she say, chat? You gotta go back what she just said. All that real dog.
After that happened, it was kind of like when because my hair, everything is, I'm looking at him this whole time while this is going on, okay? So
Why you say you had hair
you know
down?
what, I'm not gonna say that I had sex with him. I was raped by him that night because it wasn't consensual at that point when everyone was in the room and they were tearing off my clothes and I was straddling him. I was raped that night.
I'm sorry. So I guess I'm just confused. So you're straddling Tupac.
Actually straddled.
What is straddling at? I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I don't know what that shit is. What they choking them? Y'all let me know what they mean. I ain't never heard that word. Straddling. I'm thinking about it. She
had sex with Tupac that night while I was on top of him. Then he got up and he left. And then
you just said you didn't see him get up. You say he got up a little bit. You say you didn't see him get up. Oh, she just be lying. You did. You say 1 minute you said you didn't see him get up. You didn't know he left. Now you saying he left.
Then there was Jack, and then and then it followed after that.
You gonna push your face?
Oh, okay, so you had sex with Tupac with all the other guys in the room?
Yes, I was on top of him. Yes.
Hold on.
Okay, and the other guys were what? Just touching you while you guys were having sex?
Yes, correct. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, on top. It's crazy.
Okay, so then Tupac walked out of the room,
right?
And then you had sex with.
No. I didn't have sex with them.
Okay.
And that particular night, I didn't have sex with him.
Y'all heard? Remember what she said? She said she didn't have sex with them. Remember that part right there. Remember that part, y'all. I
want to make that very much clear. You know what I mean? I didn't have sex with Tupac that night, and I didn't have sex with them that night. I was raped that night.
Guess I'm sorry. So I guess I'm just confused. So you
didn't have sex with him, but you say he was raped. Like, this shit ain't making sense to me. Like it ain't making sense to me. It's either or.
straddling Tupac, the other guys come in.
Yes.
At what point does Tupac leave and leave you alone with those guys?
After I was straddling him, they came in, they ripped off my clothes because when I was on Tupac, I was fully dressed. I had panty.
Hold on. Who was the damn lawyers back then? Like who was Tupac lawyer in 5 of them? Y'all should have got them crosses in her head because there's so many misholds. You know what I'm saying? We need the CSI special unit. We need the Ice-T in them all in there. You know what I'm saying? That's what he needed. He needed Ice-T. You know what I'm saying? Special unit. Law and order. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real.
I had a dress on, I had everything. I was fully dressed, okay? When they came into the room, they started ripping my clothes apart. Meanwhile, at the time, I'm fully... Like, I can't move because my hair, everything is... I'm looking at him this whole time while this is going on, okay? So, you know what? I'm not gonna say that I had sex with him. I was raped by him that night because it wasn't consensual at that point when everyone was in the room and they were tearing off my clothes and I was straddling him that night. Okay. At one point, I did not know that he left because after that happened, it was kind of like when Haitian Jack and everyone was there, I was kind of like I don't know, and I don't know.
When the girls start turning her, they like you or they lying. They wanted to. And she like Elvis with this shit.
I kind of was at an out-of-body experience at that point because I couldn't believe this was happening. So I don't even know at one point he left because I didn't even hear him leave. I knew that I was on top of him. I knew that I was straddling him. I knew they came into the room. I knew they tear off my clothes.
How you not know he left? If you say you didn't, no, I'm saying you was on top of him. So what happened when he moved out the room? What you were doing? I'm sure if you on top of somebody and they move out the way, you gonna know that they moved out the fucking way. I can understand you goddamn, you know what I'm saying? You was goddamn fucked up that night. You know what I'm saying? You Megan Stallion. This the first Megan Stallion right here. You know what I'm saying?
He had me, in a position where that I could not move. I knew that I was on top of him. I knew that I was looking him in the eye. I knew all this was going on. You say
he had your hair down, and you say he had braids, and he had your hair down, pinned down. You told him, you know what I'm saying? I'm going ahead and say they paid your ass to do this shit. I ain't gonna lie. That shit sound like a damn setup. That shit you saying, no, they pay her ass. They pay her ass.
And I finally came to. It was only me and Charles Fuller in the room. Everyone had left. But I knew that Haitian Jack had sex with me. I knew that there was someone.
I'm done. She about to pick me up. You did say you knew. Now you know they had, but you just said they didn't. Like one minute you say they didn't. Now you say they did. Oh man.
Someone else that I don't even know who he was.
So if Haitian Jack had, you know what I'm saying, with you, why he didn't get charged with it? Maybe he. Your ass go straight with Tupac. You ain't try to get Haitian Jack, nothing. Like, she about to straight me. She got me smoking damn cigarettes. She about to straight me the fuck out. She about to straight me the fuck out. I'm getting stressed all over you. Tupac, but he had to go through that shit. Damn. What y'all saying? Hold on. How the fuck she on top in the position she came? That's what I'm saying. Like what? All my experience, you know what I'm saying, doing the grown up stuff, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Shit, I need to learn that damn position. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, like, I don't think it's no position. I'm trying to think of this shit. Like, if I grab your hair, boom, you on top of me, boom, I'm grabbing your hair. Like, I'm thinking your neck like this or something like this. Or you like, Hold on. Let me see. She had braids. Okay, boom. Wrap her up. Boom. Only thing I could think like going down, like he had to pull you. If it was true, he had to pull your head down, or like on the side, like your neck had to be like this or something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you say you sick of her already. I'm about to get off her because she about to piss me off again. She about to piss me off. She would do that. I forgot she lied about something else. That's why I'm trying to get to that part. With no tears. No more. She went in character for a few minutes. She went to a character for a few minutes. Now she alright. Yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna go back when she was in character. She was in character. She was trying to cry. She was doing that Megan Thee Stallion. Yeah, she doing the Megan Thee Stallion.
She doing that Megan Thee Stallion.
I think it was Megan Thee Stallion got that shit from. To be honest.
Hell, at this point, like me. It's you.
Hold on, what she do when she was flipping the hell? Let me find when she was doing it.
Look how she did. She did straight at. I caught her head.
There you go.
And I'm like, what's going on? Like,
look.
Well, you know, look at her and her ass is fat and this and that. And I'm looking at him dead in his eye.
Why she snap back?
And I'm like, what's going on? Like, I'm like, what's going on? And he's saying to me, he's like, relax, baby. These are my boys.
Hey, listen, bro. They said Tupac. Yeah,
I like you so much, I decided to share you with them.
Why, who said that?
And when he said this to me, I was trying to lift my head up.
Why? This is how I know she lying, right? You know what I'm saying? This is the main reason I know how she lying. If Tupac like you that much, he gonna share you. Then why the hell he get mad at Stretch for talking to his girlfriend? You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Bingo. Bingo, you lying to me. Listen to her. See how her comments about what she said. Yeah. Look how she licking.
I was trying to lift my head up. And as I was trying to lift my head up, he still had my hair and he was holding it. And then I was like, no. And he was like, no. And I was like, no, I don't want this. I came here for you. I don't want this. This is not what I want. This is not what I want. And...
Take a moment. That's fine.
Look, she snapped back. I know you motherfucker. This motherfucker.
Ooh. Look how she did it. I can keep buying this shit because she just tried to play this shit.
And then I was like, no. And he was like, no. And I was like, no, I don't want this. I came here for you. I don't want this. This is not what I want. This is not what I want. And...
Take a moment.
That motherfucker crazy.
Look,
she crazy as hell. She crazy.
I know you motherfucker.
That motherfucker.
This motherfucker.
That motherfucker crazy. She a liar. She got paid to say, yeah, fat. I'm about to get off because she about to straight me the fuck out. Then she talking about she ain't never meet Haitian Jack or nothing like that. She talking about she ain't never meet him and shit. That what I was trying to get to. Ooh, she about to straight me out.
Were Biggie, Trevor, and Jack's guns. So they all got away. None of them stepped forward and said, wait a minute, don't blame Tupac, that was my gun. I take full responsibility. Instead, Biggie, Jack, and Trevor turned their backs on him and let him fight those hungry wolves all by himself for something that Biggie, Trevor, and Jack were responsible for. And because of the code of the streets, Tupac couldn't just snitch on them. So he felt like everyone stabbed them in the back. But Biggie was always apologetic, so Tupac forgave him. According to Tupac's brother-in-law Zayd, Pac told Haitian Jack to his face how he felt about him getting a separate trial. He allegedly said it in front of Zayd, Stretch, Jack, and a couple of other people. Told them that he doesn't want to have anything to do with him anymore. And Haitian Jack sat there, looking at him with a quote-unquote humble look on his face. But Zayd apparently knew that Jack was mad. Jack was a dead friend to him, would try to holler at him at clubs. Tupac would just ignore him and continue doing what he does. Cause on November 4th, Tupac and Biggie attended Puff Daddy's birthday party at Roseland Ballroom. They hadn't seen each other in a while and hugged on stage. Stretch was there too. They all had a great time until Haitian Jack joined the party. Pac was upset that Biggie and Puffy invited him after all the things he did. I was hurt.
10K, we up 10K
I'm going
right
to
now.
trial
Appreciate
and
y'all.
probably going to get convicted, and this guy is showing up at a party with champagne, hanging with Biggie. He thought Jack was a snitch who's trying to push the blame onto him after getting a separate trial for the same assault case.
I gotta do Haitian Jack shit. I wanna do his shit behind music in there though. I don't you wanna do that shit on YouTube. I might have to do that shit on Twitch. But I'm gonna do his interview. I'm gonna do it on Twitch because the interview it got music in the background. I can't do it on YouTube. He break down his side of the story and shit.
The accuser Ayanna Jackson didn't even care about Jack getting punished. Her main target was Tupac. So he thought Ayanna Jackson and Haitian Jack set him up. Cause they got into this mess because of Jack. And now Jack is getting away. With Ayanna Jackson not caring about who supposedly assaulted her. Biggie got away from that situation in time and said it was all a coincidence. But then they invited Jack to the party. So Pac was confused. Seeing Haitian Jack at the party ruined his mood. Biggie then told Pac to stay away from him and to not hang around with him. Pac then asked, "What do you mean?" And Biggie responded, "I'll tell you later." And the two never had a chance to finish the conversation, cause Jack came and reached out his hand to Pac in an attempt to greet him, and Pac just walked away. This was blatant disrespect. Even enemies acknowledged each other's presence, and disrespecting someone like Haitian Jack was dangerous. In the September 96 issue of the Vibe magazine, Biggie indirectly spoke about this conversation and Pac's relationship with Haitian Jack. There's ish that mother effers don't know. I saw situations and how ish was going down, and I tried to school the guy. I was there when he bought his first Rolex, but I wasn't in the position to be rolling like that. I think Tupac felt more comfortable with the dudes he was hanging with, because they had just as much money as him. With they, Biggie means Haitian Jack and his people. And with school him, he means warn him about him. Now this is the part that a lot of people close to Big and Pac debate about. And it also might have been part of the reason why Pac suspected Biggie of having something to do with the Quad Studio shooting, which happened a couple weeks later. Biggie supposedly got robbed by Haitian Jack's people in autumn '94, before the Quad Studio incident. But we don't know exactly when it happened, as Biggie tried to hide it from the public. Some people think that that's what he wanted to tell.
Did y'all, for the people back in the day, did Biggie actually get robbed, y'all? I want to know, because I keep hearing it. Like, did Biggie actually get robbed back then by them? I want to know. Anybody from New York, let me know.
Pac at Puffy's birthday party, before Haitian Jack came and interrupted their conversation. But that would mean that Biggie got robbed before he even warned Pac about him. And it wouldn't make sense for Puffy to invite him to that party. Unless A, he didn't know about it, implying that Biggie kept it a secret from him, or B, he wanted to stay cool with Haitian Jack and his people to not
Make sure y'all like subscribe to the channel. Tomorrow we doing why 50 Cent got shot 9 times. We doing 50 Cent, then we going back to then Monday be NWA. We'll do NWA. My first time reacting to NWA. And we do that Monday. Sunday is gonna be 50 Cent. Why he got shot 9 times, and what else we gonna do Sunday? Today, and we're gonna do 50 Cent versus Haitian Jack and 50 Cent versus Diddy. Yeah, Sunday.
Set them.
Monday.
Cause in '96, Pac said multiple times that they got Puffy under extortion.
Puffy getting robbed like a bitch. To hide that fact, he did some shitty this did, so we riding for that.
What it is that the East Coast drug dealers got to this as extortion. I came in.
Puffy got robbed.
The rapper Lil Sean argued that Biggie felt like he got robbed because of Tupac, as he supposedly went and told Haitian Jack in a joking way that Biggie wants him to stop hanging out with him, which
matter of fact, that's what I got to do. That's what I meant when I got right here. That's what I meant to do, y'all. Lil Sean. I always hear his fucking. That's Lil Sean. Okay, bet. Let's see what Lil Sean say. He in a barbershop? Oh damn, he copyrighted. I don't know, they copyrighted.
Flying fish, and cuckoo.
I don't know. Never mind. I ain't doing that shit. I don't like the motherfuckers right here. I don't like them motherfuckers in that barbershop. They with them boys too. Can I get a written video interview? I need to buy a Vlad or somebody. I hate the motherfuckers in the barbershop. I guess we ain't got one. Shout out Thug Life. No, we ain't got one. Damn, never mind. Go back. I hate them niggas in the barbershop. They motherfuckers be telling, like, it be people they come in there, they be telling them the truth about the industry and shit. They be trying to blow past that shit. I don't like listening to people like that. Oh shit, damn, I fucked up. Fuck, I ain't mean to do that. Oh shit.
Up by a whole coast. And Pac didn't want to have anything to.
Oh damn, we way past what we were supposed to do. What the fuck was that?
Is them and
No, we didn't get to the shooting yet. Shit.
That the shooting happened because of a beef with someone else. He had two, even though his first album came out just 2 months ago. Pac, on the other hand, had 3 movies, 2 studio albums, and 1 group album. Biggie was just getting started. Pac's latest album wasn't performing as well as he had anticipated. It didn't go gold until '96, and the singles received no certifications. Oh, and Craig Mack's Flavor in Your Ear also went platinum on November 22nd. And Biggie was on the remix, so it seemed.
No, we passed this part. Hold on, I gotta find where we was at, y'all.
Walking around the building, and Little C's went back inside to inform Biggie and everyone else.
No, this before. Hold on, we weren't right here yet.
Illegal gun.
Yeah, we right here somewhere.
Illegal gun.
Who the guy? I was there when he. Who the guy? According to Tupac's brother-in-law Zayd, Pac told Haitian Jack to his face how he felt about Tim getting a separate trial. He allegedly said it in front of Zayd, Stretch, Jack, and a couple of other people. Told him that he doesn't want to have anything to do with him
even
anymore.
though he got separate trial, why the fuck did he didn't? Why she didn't press charges against him? She said we didn't look at that, and she said Haitian Jack was goddamn. You know what I'm saying? It was in there. He had sex with her and everything. You know what I'm saying? Oh Lord.
And Haitian Jack sat there, looking at him with a quote-unquote humble look on his face. But Zayd apparently knew that Jack was mad. Jack was a dead friend to him, would try to holler at him at clubs. Tupac would just ignore him and continue doing what he does. Cause on November 4th, Tupac and Biggie attended Puff Daddy's birthday party at Roseland Ballroom. They hadn't seen each other in a while and hugged on stage. Stretch was there too. They all had a great time until Haitian Jack joined the party. Pac was upset that Biggie and Puffy invited him after all the things he did. I was hurt. I'm going to trial, I'm probably going to get convicted, and this guy is showing up at a party with champagne, hanging with Biggie. He thought Jack was a snitch who's trying to push the blame on
Tupac. At that point, you should have put two. Well, I know you did put two together, but you should have been like, you motherfucker showed up to the party with dick. You know what I'm saying? I'd cut all their ass off. Like, oh hell nah.
To him, after getting a separate trial for the same assault case. The accuser, Ayanna Jackson, didn't even care about Jack getting punished. Her main target was Tupac. So he thought Ayanna Jackson and Haitian Jack set him up. Cause they got into this mess because of Jack. And now Jack is getting away. With Ayanna Jackson
Y'all think Haitian Jack and them threatened her? Oh, she was part of the plan the whole time. What y'all think? Y'all think Haitian did them? Cause they known to call motherfucker. They calling goddamn Mama Park and all. Or Stretch Mama and them, Mom Park and shit. So she might got threatened. I don't know.
Caring about who supposedly assaulted her. Biggie got away from that situation in time and said it was all a coincidence. But then they invited Jack to the party. So Pac was confused.
Why the fuck I don't know when the interview was. Hold on. Let me see when the interview was. Now I gotta look. Yeah, I don't spell the name wrong. When was it? 8 years ago? Now I gotta do this. Jimi Hendrix. Well, what's cost? Hancock. See, you got life in prison. Look how God worked. Plus 30 years for the murder of somebody. He got life. I'm trying to think why she didn't come tell the truth. She need to go ahead and tell the damn truth. Like, I mean, what's called still out though. Jimmy, not Jimi Hendrix, but Haitian Jack. He still he ain't locked up. No, okay. She ain't gonna tell that shit. Never mind.
Seeing Haitian Jack at the party ruined his mood. Biggie then told Pac to stay away from him and to not hang around with him. Pac then asked, "What do you mean?" And Biggie responded, "I'll tell you later." And the two never had a chance to finish the conversation, cause Jack came and reached out his hand to Pac in an attempt to greet him, and Pac just walked away. This was blatant disrespect. Even enemies acknowledged each other's presence, and disrespecting someone like Haitian Jack was dangerous. In the September 96 issue of the Vibe magazine, Biggie indirectly spoke about this conversation and Pac's relationship with Haitian Jack. "There's ish that mother effers don't know. I saw situations and how ish was going down, and I tried to school the guy. I was there when he bought his first Rolex, but I wasn't in the position to be rolling like that. I think Tupac felt more comfortable with the dudes he was hanging with, because they had just as much money as him. With they, Biggie means Haitian Jack and his people. And with school him, he means warn him about him." Now this is the part that a lot of people close to Big and Pac debate about. And it also might have been part of the reason why Pac suspected Biggie of having something to do with the Quad Studio shooting.
Oh, he got deported? He Puerto Rican? He Dominican? I thought he was black the whole damn time. Damn, I ain't know that shit. Why he got deported? Let me know.
Which happened a couple weeks later. Biggie supposedly...
He got deported. Why she still won't come tell the truth then? Shit, he got that... You know what I'm saying? I don't know, bro.
He got robbed by Haitian Jack's people in autumn 94, before the Quad Studio incident. But we don't know exactly when it happened, as Biggie tried to hide it from the public. Some people think that that's what he wanted to tell Pac at Puffy's birthday party, before Haitian Jack came and interrupted their conversation. But that would mean that Biggie got robbed before he even warned Pac about him, and it wouldn't make sense for Puffy to invite him to that party. Unless A, he didn't know about it, implying that Biggie kept it a secret from him, or B, he wanted to stay cool with Haitian Jack and his people to not upset them. Because in 96, Pac said multiple times that they got Puffy under extortion.
Puffy getting robbed like a bitch to hide that fact. He did some shit, so we riding for that.
Now I gotta look it up now. God damn it. The court system is full of flaws. That it's embarrassing. It is.
What it is that the East Coast drug dealers got to get us extortion. I came in.
I'm like, why
the rapper Lil Sean argued that Biggie felt like he got robbed because of Tupac, as he supposedly went and told Haitian Jack in a joking way that Biggie wants him to stop hanging out with him, which supposedly infuriated Jack and made him tell his people to go rob Biggie shortly before the Quad Studio shooting, meaning between November 4th and November 30th. Biggie was told by the people who robbed him that Pac notified Jack about him telling Pac to stay away from him. That's how Big supposedly knew that it was Haitian Jack's people who came after him, and that it was because of Pac. So Big was mad that Pac put him on blast, but Pac was not even on speaking terms with Jack anymore, so he couldn't have told him about it, especially not in a joking way, cause Pac was in no mood to joke around with Haitian Jack after the whole thing with the separate trial. Pac was always trying to ignore him and walk away instead of talking to him. Maybe Jack found out from somebody overhearing their conversation at Puff Daddy's birthday party, or he overheard the conversation himself. Pac might have assumed that Biggie tried to set him up at the Quad Studios in retaliation for getting him robbed by Haitian Jack's people. But this could only be possible if Biggie got robbed after Puffy's birthday party. But if that's the case, then why did Biggie try to warn Pac about Haitian Jack? Cause they used to hang out together all the time. Haitian Jack, Biggie and Pac. What did all of a sudden change for Biggie to warn him? And why was he still invited to the birthday party? There are tons of open questions and nothing makes sense.
I gotta ask questions.
The robbery before the Quad Studio shooting is a well-kept secret. It was never reported to the police and everybody pretended like it didn't happen. So that's why people don't really bother to speak on it. We might never get the answer on when and why exactly Biggie got robbed, and if Pac was really responsible for it. But in November, things didn't really look too good for Pac.
That's just on my damn mind. I just gotta find out. Dude. I wanna see somebody speak about dead Biggie. You say LaShawn, Biggie got robbed before. Biggie's murder was a setup and hit, and it wasn't over Tupac blaming him for quad shooting. Oh, damn, we got a lot of shit. We can't find nothing about the robbery. You can't find nothing on that shit. They ain't robbed him for $62 million. God damn. Ooh, what are you fucking lying? $62 million? He said, what didn't make any sense was that Jack and his crew sold D, but still had stick up kids around. That broke shit. Oh. So you think she... Damn. You said robbing Biggie would have been a death sentence? What you mean? You talking about, if Haitian Jack and Biggie did that? I mean, I said Biggie. Haitian Jack and Jimi Hendrix did that to Biggie?
As he was informed that he will most likely lose the case and go to prison. Unless, of course, a miracle happens. He was also right.
I would have told him all that. Bitch, I ain't going no prison. Who? Fuck it, bitch.
Running out of money as the lawyer fees were getting too much for him to handle. And he was too proud to ask Biggie and Puffy for financial support. Cause Biggie was on the rise and Bad Boy was taking over.
He go to jail as a rapist too? Oh, hell no.
Despite the relatively low first week sales, Biggie went gold in just 2 months, meaning on November 15th, 1994. So not only did Biggie sell more records in the first week than Pac, but he also went gold in a shorter amount of time. It took Pac's second album 7 months to go gold, and he only sold 38,000 units in the first week, while Biggie shipped 57,000 units. Not only that, but Biggie's single Juicy went gold as well. That same month on November 8th. Took him only 3 months since the single came out on August 9th. So Biggie was catching up to Pac in a very short amount of time. Pac had 3 gold plaques, and Biggie had 2, even though his first album came out just 2 months ago. Pac, on the other hand, had 3 movies, 2 studio albums, and 1 group album. Biggie was just getting started. Pac's latest album wasn't performing as well as he had anticipated. It didn't go gold until '96, and the singles received no certifications. Oh, and Craig Mack's Flavor in Your Ear also went platinum on November 22nd. And Biggie was on the remix, so it seemed like Biggie achieved everything Pac had to work for in the past 3 years in just a span of a couple of months. It was like he played the game of rap on easy mode, while Pac played it on hard.
For the government.
On November 29th, a Manhattan jury had convened to deliberate charges of sodomy, abuse, and weapons possession against Tupac.
I always gotta read all y'all shit. True Biggie had some Junior Mafia behind him. Robbing Biggie would have been practice. He was robbing his publishing. Biggie wasn't a big time, but even Tyson was scared of Jimmy. Oh, y'all gotta go. Yo, I like this discussion right now.
And his road manager and co-defendant Charles Fuller. After the first day of deliberations, Tupac was interviewed in front of the courthouse and asked about the allegations. Regarding the gun charges,
I ain't gonna lie,
Tupac denied.
Jimi Hendrix and Haitian Jack, they had all the New York motherfucking rappers scared of them motherfuckers. They got them all. They made all the motherfuckers turn against Tupac. You know what I'm saying? Even to this damn day.
That the firearms they found in the hotel were his. They couldn't find his fingerprints on them. And Pac told the interviewer that they should go after the other people that were in the hotel room.
They couldn't find the finger. Oh yeah, that's some Tory Lane shit. There's some damn Tory Lane shit at that damn point.
Instead of focusing only on him, since the guns weren't his. He sarcastically asked the interviewers where the other people that were with him are at, basically asking them to go after Biggie, Haitian Jack, and Trevor, who were actually the ones that owned those illegal guns.
Where are those people that did this? They were all in the same hotel as me. They were all right in the same room with me. Why am I the only one in court right now? Why is the cameras all on me?
Why would I come to New York and be unlawfully owning 2 guns? Who has 2 guns? Who carries 2 illegal guns?
After the interview, Pac left for a publicity stop in Harlem, recorded a song with a New York DJ named Ron G, and then drove to the Quad Studios in Times Square, where he was supposed to record.
I don't think Mike Tyson was scared. I don't know about that. I don't think Mike Tyson. I think, like, far as like fighting wise, hell, man, he would beat the fuck out there. But like far as like shooting, I don't know. They probably would. If you talking about scared, you probably talking about, yeah, the boy would pull up on him. You know what I'm saying? Do clapping. You know what I'm saying?
A song with a rapper named Lil Sean, for which he was supposed to get $7,000 from one of Puffy's associates named Jimmy Henchman, who Haitian Jack introduced him to. At 12:16 a.m., meaning on November 30th, Pac and his entourage of 3 people, his best friend Big Stretch, his manager Freddie Moore, and his brother-in-law Zayd Turner, arrived at the Quad Studios, and were greeted by Lil C's and Chico Del Vec from Biggie's group Junior Mafia, who were standing on a small terrace on the 10th floor of the Quad Studio building. Junior Mafia and Biggie were actually recording the song Players Anthem together for the upcoming album Conspiracy. This was shortly after the group got signed. They saw Pac and his group in front of the building and screamed down to say hello. They both loved and looked up to him, welcomed him every time he came to Brooklyn. Pac recognized Lil C's, who told him to come up and hang out with them on the 10th floor. Biggie and the members of the group Junior Mafia had no clue that Pac was coming, cause they were supposed to record on different floors and different studios. Pac's plans of recording music with Lil Sean were spontaneous. Biggie and Junior Mafia, on the other hand, had the studio sessions booked for their upcoming album weeks in advance. It was actually Jimmy Henchman who called Pac to come up to the studio. They came to an agreement that Pac would record one song with Lil Sean.
He might bite the bullet. He be biting ears and shit. You know what I'm saying? That boy think to enter the dragon, ain't it? Who's the master?
Sean and then leave. He was an hour late to the recording session and had just argued with Jimmy Henchman on the phone. They were cussing each other out and were mad at each other, so he was in a bad mood. Seeing his homie Lil C's there calmed him down a bit, cause he assumed if things go south, he got his homie Biggie and Junior Mafia there to help him out. Lil C's, on the other hand, thought that Pac came to the studio to see Biggie and hang out with him, as a way to congratulate him and help him with his upcoming Junior Mafia album. But he was scheduled to record on the 8th floor, and Pac thought that Lil C's and Biggie were on the same floor hanging out with Lil Sean and Jimmy Henchman. So when Lil C's told him to get around the building...
How y'all not know everybody? I know everybody. You know how niggas is in the building, bro. Y'all know who's in buildings and shit. Like, ain't no way in here. Ain't no way in here. Y'all didn't know each other was on each other's floor. I don't believe that shit at all.
And that he'll come get him, Pac agreed, thinking that Lil C's would bring him to Lil Sean and Jimmy Henchman. Quad had recording studios and equipment on 5 different floors at the time. Biggie and Junior Mafia were on a different floor than Puffy, who had just came back from the video shoot for the...
Another one.
Give me a hell yeah. What? What?
He said the Chad Trippin Tyson must have been crazy. He ain't stupid. I don't know, bro. I can't tell Mike Tyson either. I don't know if he. I don't know. I can't tell. I don't know what type of education level he on. I don't know.
Song Warning. He supposedly wanted to say hello to his friend and mentor Andre Harrell, who was also on the 8th floor waiting for Pac.
Why you hear you that close to that man? What is it? Yo.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no.
Y'all done did some things, huh? Ain't no one here I'm that close to a motherfucking man. Hell nah. Hell nah. So you got your arm around that motherfucker. That mean
Puff was supposedly there to keep an eye on Biggie and see what they're cooking up in the studio. But he didn't know at what floor they were recording. So he got to the 8th floor to check where they are. He then got caught in a conversation with his mentor Andre Harrell and Jimmy Henchman. And according to Puff Daddy's bodyguard Gene Deal, Jimmy told him that Pac is going to get dealt with. Puff either saw the robbers at the lobby when he came inside the building, or he stayed on the 8th floor for over 20 minutes. Cause that's how long the robbers were waiting for Pac at the entrance of the Quad Studios, according to the robber Dexter Isaac himself. Pac and his homies were now walking around the building, and Lil Cease went back inside to inform Biggie and everyone else. Big was happy to hear that Pac was there, and told Lil Cease to go get him. Chico stayed upstairs, but Cease got into the elevator with Nino Brown, another member of the group. Back on the street, as Tupac and others approached the entrance to the Quad Studios, they could see a man outside wearing boots and army fatigues. Pac thought that he was part of Biggie's security, cause he had seen Biggie's homies from Brooklyn wear army fatigues before. And the 3 robbers were indeed from Brooklyn. The leader Dexter Isaac and his 2 homies Spencer Bowens and George Roland Campbell, aka Spunk and JD. And according to Dexter Isaac, he was friends with Biggie. Not only that, but he admitted that Biggie saw him at the Quad Studios about half an hour before Pac arrived.
He did. Yeah, him did. I'm still trying to think which one. What his name is? King Tut was it? King Tut said he was a shooter too. He shot Pop. Then a year later, he talking about he wasn't a shooter.
When Dexter went inside the building up to the 8th floor with a man named Paulie to talk to the mastermind behind the robbery, which was Jimmy Henchman.
Oh, y'all don't know. Let me goddamn get on this shit. Y'all is on this shit. Hold on, we gotta see. Mike Tyson. We gotta see if he's scared for real. I probably spelled his name. I don't give a damn. No, we won't see no tape. What was that, Haitian? Damn, we only got 2 minutes of that? Jeez.
He was always welcome to be with me. He always had me welcome to be with him. And we were just really good friends. I had got him to a club one night. I think it was one of Magic Johnson's parties that when Magic and them left and everything, he wanted to come in and we got him in. And he got on the mic and started rocking on the mic. And he was with Digital Underground. He wasn't known yet. They said his name is Tupac. He's going to be a big star one day. Then his mother wrote me from prison and explained that Tupac was at the Indiana Black Expo and wanted to meet me. And that's the first day I met him.
There's a rumor that you told Pac not to hang out with Haitian Jack, but he didn't listen.
Well, I told Pac, but I say, I don't know if I think you're out of your league right now. You know?
Mm-hmm.
He had asked me about Jack. You know, and I had known Jack through Scooter. And I used to say, you're out of your league. You know?
You hang with the big boys now.
Yeah, you're out of your league.
Pac went to prison for the same similar situations as yours.
Well, it's really easy to be a guy, you know, a young guy like myself at that time in Pac. We're in our sexual prime. What we do, I'm a fighter. When you see me, I have my...
That nigga said sexual prime. I ain't never heard that before. I'm at my sexual prime. What the fuck? How do you that shit low key? I ain't gonna lie. Tell girl I'm in my sexual prime right now, girl.
Sure.
Why you can't?
That's on a mask. You see Tupac, he had a shirt. So it's easy to say that these big over-sexualized bucks would do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Look, if you have that belief and that's been your understanding all your life, that's if he's big and he's black, he's a rapist. If he's smart, he's a tax cheat. And that's just how people pretty much categorize people, stereotype people.
Right. Put you in the same.
We're over-sexualized. I'm an over-sexualized buck.
I know you getting a little creepy.
You see, like, you look at me now, what, I'm 54, something like this. I'm past my sexual prime. I don't have no trouble now, do I? When do I get in trouble anymore? You don't see nobody write anything about me no more, do you?
Right.
Things have changed. But when I'm young out there and I'm strapped and I'm ready to go, I'm a menace. They'll watch my every move. Well, that's the real.
That's interesting.
Just think about when all these guys died around 25. They died in their prime, 22, 24, 25, Pac and all those guys. There's too much testosterone for these people to handle.
He was young, yeah.
I don't know, he lost me a little bit. I ain't gonna lie.
Biggie was supposedly sitting on a sofa talking to Lil C's, but Dexter also said that Puffy was on the same floor, even though according to Lil C's, they didn't even know that Puffy was in the same building that day. So there are a lot of contradictions here. According to the robber himself, Biggie was there together with Puff, and Puffy knew about the plan of the robbery, cause the first thing Dexter Isaac did when he saw Jimmy Henchman in the Quad Studios was to ask him, how many people know what's about to go down? And Jimmy replied, he knows, nodding his head in Puffy's direction. Puffy supposedly looked Dexter dead in the eye, and that's when Dexter knew that he was involved. But according to Puffy, he wasn't even there half an hour before the shooting. He was filming the music video to the song Warning, saying that this conversation with Andre Harrell on the 8th floor only lasted a couple of minutes, cause he wanted to go up to the 10th floor to see Biggie. But this doesn't make sense either.
Let me tell y'all, Tuesday, I know tomorrow we doing 50 Cent, why he got shot 9 times. Monday we doing NWA. Tuesday we gonna start our R&B shit. I think I'm gonna do R. Kelly and Aaliyah. I'm gonna start off with R. Kelly, then we'll start off with R. Kelly and Aaliyah. Then we mix with Jay-Z and shit. Then we gonna start our R&B shit too. So make sure y'all tune in. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to the channel, cause we got some good shit coming. Cause I don't know too much about Aaliyah. I don't know too much about R. Kelly. But people say R. Kelly can out-sing Casey and JoJo. You know what I'm saying? I disagree. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? Things of that nature.
Again, according to Puff, he arrived a couple minutes before Tupac. But the robbers were standing right there waiting for over 20 minutes. This would mean that Puffy saw them, cause he must have passed them when going inside the building. He probably even saw their faces. But let's say Dexter Isaac's version is true, and Puffy's version is wrong.
I say Tupac the GOAT, I'm gonna stop.
Give me a hell yeah. What?
Then he must have arrived before the robbers, meaning 30 minutes before the shooting. Then it would make sense for Dexter Isaac and Puffy to see each other on the 8th floor, with Puffy spending a half an hour there with Andre Harrell and Jimmy Henchman. But he also said that Biggie and Lil C's were on the same floor sitting on a couch. On the 8th floor, not on the 10th floor. That doesn't make sense either, since we know for sure that Lil C's and Biggie were on the 10th floor.
Staying in one
and
room.
Lil C's was...
So you tell me everybody in one room. They ain't nobody come out, ain't nobody go to the elevator, go up to another floor. You know what I'm saying?
just taking a break from a long recording session. Went outside on the balcony on the 10th floor. So Dexter Isaac is trying to convince us that Little C's and Biggie chilled on the 8th floor with Puffy, but then took the elevator to the...
I was arguing with motherfucker, they talking about, I was saying I think Casey and JoJo in they prime can out-sing goddamn R. Kelly. And everybody saying R. Kelly can out-sing them. They don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I want to do R. Kelly because I want to do Aaliyah. And I know Aaliyah, part of Aaliyah shit got R. Kelly in it, so. But I really just want to do Aaliyah though, to be honest, because I don't know too much about Aaliyah. I just knew she was fine, she could sing, you know what I'm saying? I want to know like the backstory of Aaliyah, you know what I'm saying? Things of that nature.
10th floor to record some music, with Puffy staying on the 8th floor even though he wanted to see Biggie. And after 10 to 20 minutes of work, Little C's had to take a break and go on the balcony. This guy Little C's must be lazy as hell. He just needs a break after 10 minutes. Cause that's around the time when Tupac came and saw him on the balcony. But yeah, none of the stories add up. Someone is lying. Maybe all of them. But we can say one thing for sure. Puffy either saw the robbers at the entrance, or he saw Dexter Isaac on the 8th floor. Depending on who's telling the truth. The fact that he invited Haitian Jack to his birthday party, while also hanging out with Jimmy Henchman at the same place Tupac got lured into, knowing that Pac was about to get dealt with him admitting in the Vibe magazine that the shooting happened because of a beef with someone else, meaning Jimmy Henchman, the same guy that admitted to everything, while continuing to do business with him afterwards and refusing to inform Tupac prior or even after the shooting about the setup, disproves Puffy's claims of having nothing to do with the robbery and being completely innocent, as he knew exactly what was going to happen, with Dexter Isaac and Jimmy Henchman confirming it, and Puffy thus being guilty by association and guilty for not intervening and taking action when help was needed. Cause this incident could have easily been prevented or avoided if Puffy had just reached out to Pac. The assailant Dexter Isaac confessed everything in his book, and has since then apologized to Tupac's family. And after Jimmy Henchman's arrest, he admitted to
Beyonce right now. Shit, Leah's still alive here. Now Beyonce, sit your head down. Go sit up in the corner. You know what I'm saying?
Everything Dexter Isaac said. But anyway, back to the shooting. Pac and his homies are now standing in front of the building. He sees one of the guys outside wearing army fatigues, and immediately thinks that that's Biggie's homie, since they would wear similar clothes every time they hung out together. He saw another guy inside wearing army fatigues as well, and Little C's and Chico were on the other side of the building. So Pac thought Biggie has the whole building locked down. He has his security and his homies everywhere. He felt safe, but he found it weird how the guys in army fatigues didn't greet him. One of them was outside leaning against the wall of the Quad Studio building, and another one was inside pretending to read the newspaper. The third guy, Dexter Isaac, was behind Tupac and his group. So Pac goes inside, and the moment he presses the elevator button, Dexter Isaac's homies pull out their guns on them, while Dexter is at the door looking out for cops. Pac supposedly shot himself in the groin in the attempt to catch the robbers off guard and shoot at them before they can react. And there were supposedly 4 more shots.
Damn, 2 shots in the back of the head near a piece of skull. One in the left palm of his hand. This is the type of one.
By the robbers. All we know is that Pac's manager Freddie Moore was also hit in the stomach. All witnesses have made conflicting statements on who pulled the trigger, on how many shots were fired, and on how many times Pac.
Oh shit, now we gotta look it up. Goddamn, we went to R&B. Hold on. I know I like to look shit up. Her name was Aaron. Oh shit. Erica. Oh. Damn. Ooh. Oh, we got an interview from him. Damn. Hold on now. Which one came out first? Oh yeah, everybody's saying that shit. Okay. Joel on Tupac sleeping with Faith in the room that she said Biggie the night he got murdered. Oh Lord. Hold on now. Hold on, check.
Can a broke female loan you some money? No. So they made
Rest in peace, I know she got down. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace,
Yeah. Faith Evans. Now, I ain't one to gossip, but I seen this one with my own eye. Faith Evans did screw Tupac. She got in the car with him that night when he left the club. He was all at the Century Club, baby. Anybody that knew the club that was popping back in the day was the Century Club. Biggie, I love you, much respect, my nigga, but yeah, Faith Lil Cuckoo was hot. She went back with Pop that night. She jumped in the car. I don't know if they ever made it to the hotel, or she just did the Jewel experience in the limo.
What you mean by that?
The Jewel experience? But just the juicy ones, and with the tip of the tongue, I leave them. Not no more, but 94 I did. Strong and with the nut tongue. What? Woo, thank God my little son Jamel is at a Halloween party tonight. Oh, I mean Jamel right there. What's up, Mel?
So you saying Faith Evans gave Tupac fellatio in the car?
I don't know if it's fellatio, but
why everybody keep saying fellatio? Who came up with this word fellatio? Every time I be thinking they talking about damn fruit every time. Like some salmon or something.
I know that for a fact. Because he came the next day bragging about it. And I saw her leave in the same car with Pop.
Right, so the backtrack to the Vibe Party, you seen Biggie rapping Tupac verses from Gangsta Party.
Biggie was rapping Tupac verses. And because they left a little bit before the end of the night. So we all gave each other hugs, love, whatever. Nice to meet you, because I had never really met them niggas that night. You know, it's all because of Lachelle, a.k.a. Macashelly, that I actually, well, I met Puffy when we went to New York, but Biggie and all them, Junior Mafia, I didn't meet none of them in security until that night. So we saying goodbye to all them. They start walking out of the Vibe Party. They go down the street and to the right. My car is parked, my truck is parked in valet. And while we're waiting on the valet to pull up, just as the valet was pulling up with my truck, all we heard was, bop, 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 bop. So we like, ooh, ooh, ooh. We didn't know where it was coming from. And Michelle looked at me, she like, hello. Because they call me Lady Eloise. Because I like them young. That's a whole nother story. But she like, Elo, you all right? And I'm like, yeah. Y'all all right? She like, yeah. So I get my keys. I get inside my truck. And I'm slowly driving out. And as we're driving out, we see this bow tie where Farrakhan looking there saying, Biggie just got shot. And we like, what? In disbelief, because we was just with him. You know what I'm saying? It's just that fast. He was like, yeah, Biggie just got shot. That was equivalent to the news I got about Pac, because there was no reason for that young man to have lost his life. Over retaliation. Because you gotta know, Pac may not have been from MOP. He may not have been a blood nigga. But LA niggas, they trill. That mean real. When they adopt you, they love you. So they adopted Pac. So, in their eyes, you ain't finna just kill one of their homeboys and just get away with it.
She trying not to cry.
Biggie lost his life over some nonsense. Pac lost his life over some nonsense.
How do you feel about people that say that you was giving inside info to Biggie killers?
I ain't never personally played a part in Biggie getting killed. And Art, before you told me, I never knew that people were saying I had any dealings with that. I done had nothing to do with that. Biggie who's a good person, from what I know. I went to a party with Haitian Jack, with Wyclef, Jean, or Jean, or however you want to call him. My manager at that time was Dion Farron. These were all good people.
Talking about R. Kelly?
They set Tupac up one night at a studio or whatever. I can't say whether the beef from that night was real or not. I wasn't there. My advice to all the people out there, where they say loose lips sink ships, if you wasn't there, don't speak on it. You ain't lived the life we lived. You wasn't there back in the death row days. So you don't even really have a right to speculate or speak on what really happened.
Talk your shit.
Close your mouth.
May she rest in peace. May she rest in peace. Damn, she had a dream. God damn, we get deep with her. Jeez.
Got hit. He either got shot once by himself and then pistol whipped, or shot 5 times, once by himself and then pistol whipped. Big Stretch and Dexter Isaac claimed the former, that Pac was only shot once. Pac and his brother-in-law Zayd claimed the latter, that he was shot 5 times, even though Pac at first thought that he only got shot once. But the doctors supposedly told him that he got shot 5 times. I broke this down in detail in my video for the Quad Studio shooting. I included every interview and every statement about this incident, so make sure to check it out for further information, because I broke it down from everyone's point of view, so that you can form your own opinion on it. Lil C's and Nino Brown came down the elevator and Nino supposedly heard multiple shots. When the elevator doors opened, they saw everyone on the ground and Pac was getting stomped out by one of the robbers. The second guy, who kept an eye on Stretch, Freddie Moore and Zayd, then yelled at Lil C's and Nino Brown, ordering them to go back up. The two were in shock and scared to death. The robbers then took most of Pac's jewelry, but left the Rolex watch that Haitian Jack had gifted to him, to leave a message. Don't mess with Haitian Jack. That was the message. Cause Pac had disrespected him in the Daily News, calling him a hanger-on, after he got that separate trial. So Haitian Jack's friend, Jimmy Henchman, wanted to teach him a lesson, especially after Pac cussed him out on the phone while he was on his way to the Quad Studios. So now, both Pac and Big got robbed by the people close to Haitian Jack. Lil C's then went back to the 10th floor where Biggie and the rest of the group Junior Mafia were recording music, and told them that Pac is getting robbed downstairs. At first, Biggie thought that C's was joking and trying to prank him, but then he understood that he's being serious, and he immediately rushed to the elevator with his gun, going down, while the other elevator was going up. This one was used by Pac, Stretch and Zayd, who were going up to the 8th floor where Puffy, Jimmy Henchman, Andre Harrell and Lil Sean were waiting. Again, Andre Harrell was Puffy's mentor, and Lil Sean was the guy Tupac was supposed to record with. Pac thought Biggie was on that floor as well, but he was actually in the elevator going down to the 1st floor. When Biggie and Chico arrived at the lobby, they saw Tupac's bandana on the ground and blood everywhere. The cops came and put them to the side to question them. Lil C's and the rest of the Junior Mafia clique later went down as well and were questioned by the police. They all knew nothing. So Pac comes out the elevator with Stretch and his brother-in-law Zayd, and they run into Puffy, Jimmy Henchman, Andre Harrell, Lil Sean and others. Zayd supposedly held Puffy at gunpoint. They were already treating them like the enemy. A lot of things were going through Pac's head while he was upstairs on the 8th floor. There were supposedly around 40 people there. He was confused, upset and suspicious. Maybe the men in the studio knew who'd done it and weren't saying anything. One of the reasons why he went upstairs was to see their reactions, see who's shocked and genuinely worried about him. He leaned against the glass doors on the 8th floor and looked at everyone while bleeding from his head. Everyone looked surprised when they saw him, including Puffy and Jimmy Henchman. According to Pac, Lil Sean immediately started crying and helped him to sit down. He and Stretch supported him from both sides and helped him walk to the couch, but Pac refused to sit down. They all saw the blood on his head and pants. Pac was in quote-unquote movie mode and started accusing people, saying that only Jimmy Henchman knew that he was coming, that nobody approached him and that everyone was looking suspicious. He would yell, "It was a setup. Call the police. What the hell is going on?" He was confused, disoriented, and full of anger. Blood came gushing out of his head and groin area, and it was hard for people to calm him down. He was moving around so much that the wounds were opening. According to Pac, no one tried to help him, but pretty much everyone else said that they were worried and tried to do everything they can to help him. They called the police, Pac's mother, and an ambulance. The EMS team then came and treated Tupac while he was on the ground. They removed his clothes, secured a brace.
I want to see a new Tupac album this year or next year. Please drop an album. I know y'all got some more music. Drop a damn album, son.
Around his neck and strapped him to a board. Zayd and Little Sean went to the other room to hide Tupac's gun, the one he used to shoot at the assailants. They hid it inside a piano to make sure that Pac doesn't get in legal trouble again, cause the cops came and questioned everybody. They locked down the entire building. This was just a small summary of the events that transpired that day. More about this in the Quad Studio documentary. So now Pac gets carried down the elevator, and according to Chico Del Vec, he and Biggie see him when he gets carried out of the building into the ambulance. Pac had seen Chico on the balcony with Little C's, so before the shooting happened they gave him a feel of safety. But now he's laying in front of them, fully naked, covered in blood, confused and disoriented, looking angry and accusing everybody. When he got past Biggie, Chico and the rest of Junior Mafia, he put up a middle finger and pointed at them, basically saying F you to Biggie and his crew.
But while they rolling him off the elevator, he looking at us against the wall. And he was like, he said, "You niggas." And Big was like, "Yo, why this dude mad at us about something? About what the? Yeah. We ain't do nothing wrong, you know what I'm saying?"
And then he looking around at us, looking. So what kind of expression he expect on our face? What we supposed to? We don't know what's going on. We looking like, oh.
Chico and Biggie figured Pac was confused. After all, he'd just been bomb rushed and nearly killed. But they couldn't believe that he'd blame them for the shooting. That's how they interpreted Pac putting up his middle finger. And in fairness to Chico and Biggie, there's very little evidence that they were indeed involved. Chico denied that Biggie and Junior Mafia had any connection to the shooting. Said Biggie came downstairs with a gun with the intention to defend Pac, ready to get into a shooting for his homie. Before Pac left the scene, he was interviewed by newspaper reporters while still being on the stretcher. He only said it was a setup, right before they carried him into the ambulance. They took a photo of him lying naked on the stretcher. The ambulance then drove off and rushed to the hospital. Videotape shot from outside the studio by a TV camera operator showed Puffy inside the downstairs lobby, in a baseball cap with a straw hanging from his mouth, staring at the camera and talking to several men. News footage also showed Biggie walking out the lobby, closely followed by Puffy. A lot of people were in and out the studio that night, many of whom were as bejeweled with gold as Pac was, but they weren't robbed or shot. That's how Tupac knew that the robbery was a calculated and planned setup. He was sure that no one else would have gotten robbed in his place, even if they had more jewelry on them than him. And indeed, he got confirmation by Jimmy Henchman himself that they were responsible for it. Cause when Pac was laying in the hospital bed, he was receiving death threats over the phone. His closest homies were relaying messages from his enemies. Stretch's brother Majesty confirmed that Jimmy Henchman was sending threats and messages moments after the shooting. They got the phone number of Stretch's mother and called the crib to relay a message. "We don't want beef, but we got money for war though." Stretch then went to visit Tupac in the hospital to pass the message. Napoleon from the Outlaws was there too, and according to him, Stretch told Pac, "Jimmy Henchman told me that you don't got your money right. You don't want to go to war." Pac was still laying in a hospital bed when he heard this. He and Napoleon thought it was weird for him to relay messages from his enemies. It almost seemed like he was cool with Jimmy Henchman. Stretch also asked Pac why he fought back. Somebody had told him that they were just going to take his jewelry, and that it was Pac's fault for getting shot. So Pac was wondering where Stretch got all the information from. They thought maybe Stretch is sending messages to Jimmy Henchman as well, informing him about where he's at, in what condition he is, what he's planning, what his next move is, if he really wants to go to war with him, and if he's holding a grudge. Pac just couldn't trust him anymore. He felt betrayed and at the same time unsafe.
Hold it good. You think I ain't gonna too crazy? Y'all just got in, you know what I'm saying? Shot me and shit.
Thinking that Stretch might tell Jimmy his exact location, so that he can send his people to come finish the job. Pac's friends and family were there with him at the hospital to protect him, just like the Nation of Islam. They kept an eye out for everyone that came to visit him, thinking they might try to kill him while he's laying there defenseless. The notorious B.I.G. actually came to the hospital to pay him a visit, but they didn't let him see him. Pac didn't want to see his face, thinking that he might be involved in the setup, cause hours after the shooting, Pac already got told who those men were that came to rob him. He knew that those were people from Brooklyn.
You think what if he went to go see him and they talk? You think they would end this shit? What y'all think? Like if they would let Biggie come in there, talk to Pac, he told him what on. Y'all think it would end it right there?
Brooklyn, where Biggie and his homies are from. Everywhere Pac went during the Quad Studio incident, he met Biggie's people. Little C's and Chico on the balcony, then Puffy and his mentor Andre Harrell, Little Sean and Jimmy Henchman, with whom Big would also work together after the robbery, and the entire Junior Mafia clique when they carried him to the ambulance. And as mentioned earlier, he thought that those robbers were Biggie's security. And on top of all that, Biggie tried to tell him something about Haitian Jack and his people, days before the shooting. So all this made him suspect Biggie. He talked about this in the Sway interview in '96.
And he told me, like, about a week before I got shot, he knew that it was shot me. He was like, Pop, don't hang around this, you know, we walked in with that shot and they ended up shooting me. He's like, Pop, because I knew it too, he was my Kobe fan. And I was like, what you mean? He's like, I'll talk to you about it later. And we didn't talk. Next time I saw him was at the studio where I got shot. So I knew he knew what happened. So I was like, Biggie, what happened? He kept sending me messages like, I'm gonna come see you. No, what happened?
Yeah, what happened?
Seeing Biggie's homie Little C's on the balcony who told him to go around the building was also a terrible coincidence, as Pac wouldn't have even thought about Biggie if C's wasn't there. And it most likely contributed to him losing trust in them, since he lowered his guard the moment he saw Biggie's homies, and then jumped to conclusions thinking that the robbers are Biggie's security, right when he went inside the building. Had he not seen C's on the balcony, he wouldn't have thought that those men in army fatigues were Biggie's homies. That's why Pac told everyone to not let Biggie come to see him in the hospital. He was paranoid. Puffy, of course, didn't care about paying him a visit, but Big did, cause he was his homie. That's why he and Pac's brother-in-law Zayd went to the Quad Studios the day after the shooting to get the gun from the piano, so that Tupac doesn't get in trouble. They don't just let anybody inside that building. You need to get buzzed in by someone inside the Quad Studios to get inside. No one would have buzzed in Zayd on his own, but Biggie was a well-known artist, so they let him in. Without Biggie, Zayd wouldn't have been able to get that gun, which means that somebody would have eventually found it and handed it over to the police. With Pac's fingerprints on the gun, he would have been in trouble, cause they actually found the bullet in the lobby. So Big did him a favor during a time when Pac didn't want to speak to him. A day later, on December 1st, Pac checked himself out of the hospital and made a surprise appearance in the Manhattan courtroom, where his fate was being decided in the Ayanna Jackson assault case. Pac sat through the morning session before his right leg went numb. That's when he decided to leave the courtroom. He then went uptown and secretly checked into the Metropolitan Hospital Center on East 97th Street. A day later, he was already discharged. He had received even more death threats on the phone, and his family wanted to move him somewhere where he's safe. So he holed up at the apartment of a friend.
Shout out, she a real. Shout out.
Give me a hell yeah.
Another one.
Can't lie, Tupac had the baddies, bro. I ain't gonna lie, he had all the goddamn women. You know what I'm saying?
Give me a hell yeah.
Shout out Jasmine, she real.
The actress Jasmine Guy, who Pac met when he guest starred on a sitcom A Different World. He spent the next few weeks in her apartment. being cared for by his mother Effini and a private doctor. He also got protection from a group of people who later became the Outlaws. The ones who stayed in the apartment with Pac were Napoleon, Castro, Idi Amin and Gaddafi. Those became his closest soldiers from that point on, his closest companions. He deaded the thug life movement as he didn't know who to trust, cutting ties with everyone, including Stretch and Biggie. Most of the Outlaws at the time were Tupac's family. They all had guns on them, ready to protect Pac with their lives, in case Jimmy Henchman or Haitian Jack's people found them to finish the job. Jasmine Guy lived in a secure and safe neighborhood, which made Pac feel more comfortable to an extent, but he was still holding on to his gun the whole time he was there, paranoid, thinking they might come any time. But fortunately, nobody came and Pac could make a full recovery. Big and Pac were not on speaking terms anymore, but they kept sending each other messages. Pac asked him what happened, and Big wouldn't tell him. Biggie sent him messages requesting to meet up with him and talk in person. But Pac wanted answers first. He was convinced that Biggie was hiding something, cause he had all his people around him in that building. They were everywhere on multiple floors. People on the East Coast believed that Tupac was acting this way because of pure immaturity, seeing him as someone who can't admit that he's wrong, cause he wanted to be the one that's cool with all the gangsters and street cats, the rapper that knows the streets the best, the one with wisdom and intelligence, someone that's the mentor to everybody. He wanted Biggie to see him as his mentor and big brother.
I'm gonna stop it right here, chat. I appreciate everybody coming through W Stream. 15K, 50K views. I appreciate y'all.
Give me a hell yeah!
Shout out to everybody came in the chat. Shout out all the chatters, bro. Y'all gave me the information. I am gonna look up some of the R. Kelly. I'm gonna look that up. And I'm gonna do a stream about it. R. Kelly versus, you know what I'm saying? I forgot his name. Hall. I'm gonna do that. But make sure y'all come in tomorrow's stream. I'm doing 50 Cent. Why he got shot 9 times. 50 Cent versus Haitian Jack. I mean, not Haitian Jack, but Jimmy Hitman. Well, how you say his name? And 50, the